Ah! Oh my god. Hi! Happy Monday! Thank you all for pelting me and smacking me with objects to get my attention that I was muted. I know what happened. I was saying, oh my god, why do I have a gold outline? It's the same reason I was muted. It's because sometimes I do goof up and for some reason record funny little video bits to play in the background of things, and I turn the mic off for that so you don't hear me like just banging my elbow on my desk around while in whatever video that is. But man, it's really not helpful for when I'm streaming. Anyways, what in the world are y'all up to? I didn't even start yet and we've got craziness happening. Oh my god, slow down. Wait, hang on. Shroommates, rotate. Rotate. I hope you're not dizzy. If you are, just keep spinning. It'll go away, I promise. That's how it works. Trust me. Fern, welcome back for 6 months. Oh my gosh, you're still doing it. Hang on. Fern, welcome back for 6 months. This sub badge matches my Shroommate color. Yippee! Matching colors, so cute, right? Sadism, welcome back for 4 months. Enjoy your rotation. I hope you enjoy your continued rotation. Striker, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Very kind of you. I hope we all rotated for Striker, which also please say thank you if you got sniped by Striker. Or it seems like a couple other people may or may not have sniped you as well. What the heck? Space Queen, thank you for gifting out not 1, not 2, but 6 community subs. Thank you so much. Switch rotating, getting dizzy now. Keep getting dizzy. I promise it'll be okay. We're all gonna be such experts at ballet or like figure skating. You know the technique where you like focus your head on one spot and you like whip your head around at the last second? Do that. You won't get dizzy, I promise. But Space Queen, thank you for the subs. What the heck? Hang on. There's more. It's still going. Edward, thank you also for 5 gifted subs. Very kind. What the heck? Thank you. Corey, thank you for the gifted sub. And Chocorama, welcome back for 3 months. I hope you enjoy your rotation. I'll give a little extra bonus rotation for everybody. What the heck? We always have such kindness on Mondays. You guys are so giving on Mondays. We always start the week so strong, don't we? Don't ballet, but I can do the spin technique. Hell yeah. All of the Shroommates are going to be up to doing that. Doing something of that nature. I can spin while I spin. Yeah. Spin while you spin. Spin max. Oh, Gary, why are you covered right now? Gary, could you come over here, please? I know you're a little bit shy because they're being really nice and you don't know what to do about that. You're not very good at taking compliments. But, you know, you're used to sitting here for the entire stream next to me. I wish you would continue to do so. Oh, come on. Gary, why are you so low? Whoops, come here. Nope, don't run away. You should come sit next to me. You like being near me. Don't pretend you don't. Don't pretend you don't like being near me. I know that you do. Hang on, there we go. Got it. Everything's working exactly as planned, huh? Squid, you should try the Fairy Tale SMP. It's a small medieval themed Minecraft server. Live in a mushroom village? That sounds incredibly cute. That sounds exactly up my alley. The urge for me to mod the Shroommate server more extensively for mushrooms is so strong, but I have to be strong and not do it. Oh, Thimble Stitch, thank you also for gifting a sub. If you got sniped by Thimble Stitch, please say thank you. We can do some more rotation for them. Dang. Don't get dizzy. It never ends. So happy to rotate. Yeah. Welcome to rotation, Hera. Once you rotate, you'll never go back. You'll never stop spinning in this town. One-way ticket to Subtown. I read that in the like Ticket to Paradise kind of song theming. Anyways, hi. I'm Squiiji, freelance artist Fungi, art educator. Currently, I am also an OG oyster mushroom mage. Gary, I'm sorry you've got another guy who's trying to infringe on your personal space. I'll move him over. There you go. Oh, Striker, thank you for also gifting another sub to Bob Ross. Thank you again, Striker. I keep rotating, Shroomates. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Never stop. Oyster mushroom for aquatic designs. Oh, wait. That's actually fantastic. Today, originally, we were going to do monster VTuber designs. You know, it's Hollow Week. Halloween is Friday. We're gonna be live on Friday for Halloween in some capacity. But wouldn't you know it, I ended up spending my entire morning purging all of my like folders that I have saved, and also a bunch of people out of just like the submission form for critique. There's so many people who aren't around anymore. Even from like the last time I did a purge, which was like middle of the summer, everyone I had downloaded at the middle of the summer existed and had been active within the last 6 months. But I kid you not, I think I removed over 100 people this morning, which is crazy. It is truly so wild how quickly fellas come and go in the VTubing community. And I think a lot of it does come down to the fact that, like, you know, a lot of people try it out and they find that it's not something that they enjoy perhaps, or maybe they're getting into it for the wrong reasons, or they start it and find out that, oh man, this is not something I can readily balance with the life that I live outside of it, or, you know, this just isn't financially sustainable for me or something. But yeah, VTubing is definitely so rough that way, and I do shed a couple of tears over the fact that there are some incredibly interesting and neat designs that I can't, the person who they're associated with is just completely wiped off the face of the internet. Reverse image search returns nothing. They're just completely gone. It's so tough. So, I mean, my word to all of you is that if you are VTubing and you are having a tough time with it and it feels like something, you know, that you enjoyed, but that, you know, maybe hasn't come to fruition fully yet, don't give up. Keep trying, keep working at it, try other things. Because it does make me so sad how much fantastic artwork is never going to see the light of day again at this rate. But yeah, I know that starting out can be very stressful, and a lot of people try it not knowing whether or not they'll like it in the first place, or, you know, sometimes you get a design and it just doesn't speak to you the same way, or you do a total rebrand, and unfortunately when a total rebrand happens, I have no way of finding you. Unless you had some note that it may be in your future in the previous submission. I don't know. But we are doing AQUATIC Vtuber Design Critiques. Oh, whoops, hang on. I forgot to ping the Discord. I forgot to hit enter. There you go. All of you receive your notification. We'll see if we'll see if we find people who didn't realize I didn't hit enter on that. Ooh, that's me. The constant rebranding. Corey, you at least keep your name consistent so I can find you and I know who you are. A lot of the fellas, I just can't figure out who they may be currently or who they may previously have been. Sort of a consistent problem just on Twitter. Even if people change their icon, I often won't recognize them sometimes, but what can you do? Anyways, AQUATIC Vtuber Design Critiques. I am an oyster. We will find today that, you know, whatever thoughts you may have about color palette with aquatic VTuber designs, put them out of your mind. You are going to see the color blue so sparingly today. The most prevalent, golly, the most prevalent color happening in these designs today.
Listen to me, the human world. It's a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got up there. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Also, don't give up, Vtubers, and make sure you all debut.
Thank you, Gary. That's a very kind message. Also, is that Under the Sea? I like kind of recognize the song, but I can't place my finger on what song that is. As I was saying, the most prevalent color that we are going to see today is pink, which is very interesting for aquatics, because by color association, we usually think cool colors for under the sea, but not today. There'll be at least one. Coral may be the influence, we'll see, but yeah. Oh, awesome, Mars, welcome back for 6 months, or wait, for 12 months. Welcome back. I hope you enjoy your continued rotation, and also fish. I got a cute little cat with a little wine glass. Oh my god, 23 subs? That is crazy. What are all of you doing today? Thank you, of course, for all of the kindness, but that's wild. I never quite get used to that. And I fight every single time you guys are nice to me to be, like, incredibly normal about it. But, like, on the inside, I'm still, like, trying to not be screaming. Also trying to not be also maybe crying just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm holding it together better these days. I'm doing better, but not 100%. Got a random emote? Yeah, if you participated, you get an emote out of it. So you resubscribed, Fern. I think you were the one who got the thing going. So I think you resubscribed. Yeah, that's like a little reward for participating in the hype trains. Although maybe you would have the train next to your name. Somebody gets a train next to their name for starting it, I think, too. Oh, Space Queen gets the train next to the name. I wonder how that works. I don't know quite who gets it, but it may be the person who contributes the most to it or the person who started it. I don't quite know, but thank you all. Yeah, it is just like a neat little thing. Yeah, it's a very cute little emote. Cheers. Clink. Got the train last month. I started it, I think. Oh, interesting. Background checks will be slow today because I'm trying to get 40,000 points in UMO right now. Don't worry, Rex, you shouldn't need to do background checks today. Everybody who I looked into, everybody who I've pulled today has been active in the last 6 months. And I'll let you know, one of them is on Instagram, and one of them I think I have noted as being on Blue Sky. So they're here. I got them all taken care of, which is part of the reason why I was going through and purging the critique form, is because I have never deleted people out of the critique form after we've looked at their model, so it ends up just sort of crowding things up a bit, and it makes it unclear how many current submissions there are that we haven't gone through.
The human world, it's a mess. Life under the concrete is better than anything they've got up there. Under the concrete. Darling, it's better down where it's solid, take it from me. Up on the street, they work all day, out in the sun they slave away. While we devote full time to sitting under the concrete.
Sitting? Gary, that's not good for your legs. Are you guys glooping me so it makes me go so I sound like I'm talking from underwater? Squiggle, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Gary, I don't want to live under the concrete though. I need to see the light of day. I'm gonna live on the forest floor and bathe under the beautiful, brilliant rays of light that streak down through the leaves and gently caress the cap of my mushroom head because I have seasonal affective. Wow! I need my sunlight or I get sad. Gary, I feel like you're probably the same. Come on, man. You can't be a shut-in. I feel like a mushroom that only stays under the earth is like the fungi equivalent of shut-in. You can't do that, Gary. I need you to touch grass. And by that, I mean not the roots of the grass. Like the actual grass. Okay, man? Yeah. Inspired by how well the lyrics Under the Sea adapt to concrete? Kind of me too. It seems like Under the Sea... Under concrete. If you got rid of the, it'd be the same number of syllables, so then it would work relatively well, right? Potentially, maybe, a little. Finally found the Twitch, upgraded from a shroom tube to a Twitch. Hi, welcome! Welcome on over. But thank you for being on YouTube as well. Being a shroom tuber. Today I'll follow along the stream while trying to figure out a new outfit for my Vtuber model. Hey, my hair. Things has changed and I feel like a fraud. Hey, you don't need to feel like a fraud, but you know, things are always changing sometimes, right? You gotta keep things fresh, potentially. Hang on, what is that in my hat? Do I have a googly eye in my hat right now? Why is there a googly eye in my hat? Do you see that? Is that what that is? Question mark? Interesting. Hey, no spinning. I'm okay without spinning right now.
Be our shroom, put our service to the mold, tie your glasses round your cap, Cherie, and we provide the rest. Soup du great hot toward mycelium. Why? We only live to conquer. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the Squiiji.
I feel like I am not the person to ask. If somebody doesn't believe you, asking me is the worst thing they could do, because I disagree with you on this one extensively. Also, you read through that French incredibly fast for some reason, Gary. Do you speak French better than English? Are there enough princess VTubers to critique? I have a folder for royalty, but we don't have enough in it to critique yet. But I may end up being able to pull some, potentially, for that. as I am going through, because I'm picking up a couple of stragglers. I found a straggler right off the bat that I feel bad was missed. So I think I tossed somebody who was in the first, like, 200 submissions. I think they got tossed into 3D, and I feel my 3D model one. So I'll make sure we hit them the next time we swoop through the 3D models. When is your server opening for Minecraft? Theoretically, as soon as we have the partner celebration. So I should at least do housekeeping. It's been 20 minutes. So housekeeping. I sound great today. My first housekeeping is health update, continued. Health update part 2, electric boogaloo, actually part 7. Who knows what part we're on. But continued health update is today. I'm feeling great today, surprisingly. I feel almost like my normal self. However, yesterday, I felt horrible. I was in bed all day, so before you clap, I am very inconsistently feeling alright. Yesterday was, I think, the worst I've felt since having been in the ER the last time. So, don't know. I'm gonna assume that getting all that rest probably is why I'm feeling better today, but as a result of that, like, I gotta kind of take it easy, and also, I keep getting screwed over, because, as we've talked, you know, I've been trying to apply for insurances, so I can pay out of pocket for insurance, so I can see people to go take care of my health. Because, turns out you can't see a cardiologist without insurance. They all just say no. So I had an appointment scheduled for tomorrow, and the person on the phone confirmed that it'd be okay for me to go see them without insurance, and then I got a call on Friday afternoon. They left a voicemail while I was live, and we're like, hey, actually, no. Hey, we actually can't do that, so canceled. So, yeah, what can you do? That's discriminating against poor people. This is America. In the wise words of Childish Gambino. Welcome to the US. So now I have in fact applied for healthcare. I got denied for everything except Medicaid, and let's see if I can get Medicaid. Also, enrollment for 2025 Medicaid ends Friday. So if they don't send me a letter in the mail by Friday, I have to be without insurance until January. Yippee! So, what are you gonna do? We'll see. Anyways, we've been raided. Hi! Hi, Valostaeus, welcome in. Shroommates, can you rotate for the raiders, pretty please? Get a little bit of rotation up in here, as if we're not already just a little bit dizzy from earlier, but we can do more. We can always do a little more. What were you up to for stream, Val? How was it? It doesn't let me snoop into your activities. I wish I could snoop, but I hope you had a good stream. We're just getting started, but I'm Squiiji, freelance artist, Fungi, art educator. Sorry y'all appeared while I was talking about my health. We're doing our housekeeping before we get into AQUATIC Vtuber Design Critiques. Yeah, I said character design. I couldn't remember if I said the word or not. You're Squeeger. You're Squeeger. What am I now? League of Legends? Oh, how was League? Are you winning, son? I don't know what your pronouns are. I'm saying son in a gender-neutral way. Were you winning, son? I'm on Medicaid. Good luck. Thanks. I theoretically might qualify because I have extenuating health circumstances that have been going on my whole life, and that may make me more likely to qualify. So we'll have to see. Oh, you guessed right, and yeah, yippee! Congrats on your wins. I'm proud of you. Good work. But if you and your fellows need to take a... I said those words in the wrong order. If you and your fellows need to eat or drink or snork me, take care of yourselves, please. Post-stream, you know, League takes a lot of work and effort and time. Please look after yourselves. If you want to stick around and hang out for critiques, you are always welcome here in the Shroom State. We'll take good care of you, but prioritize looking after your health, please. I'm saying as I'm talking about my health. Good luck. So... in my continued health updates, it's really... We're going day by day here. So, as I said last week, schedule, once again, is should all things go as planned, as in, should my health be as well as it can be, on Thursday, we will be doing the extra credit showcase. You have until Thursday to finish your Animal meme Gajinka drawing and submit it to the Discord. So I'm going to give you the little link if you would like to look in there. But we have a ton of submissions. There are a lot to go through, and they are so lovely. Low-key, I feel like leaving it open for longer was really helpful because we've had so many more designs roll in the last week. So I may consider extending our extra credits to being longer than a month if that's okay. Just because I want people to be able to slow down your talking, EG. We need a little cozy EG up in here. I'm like running over my words for no reason at all. I want to allow them as much time as possible for people to be able to get their submissions in, because I know we're all incredibly busy, especially the fact that a lot of fellows are in school and a lot of things like that going on. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Cozy G. Thank you, Amber. So I may consider having us extend all of our deadlines for things to being maybe a month and a half so that it's not too incredibly long. We can get something new and fresh in with relative frequency, but not as quick as a month, maybe. Is that better? Maybe? We'll see. We can push it to 2 months also if need be. Oh, Fleek, welcome back! Wondering why I was getting ads? Welcome back to Rotation. Thank you for resubscribing. You only get one of those Prime subs a month, so I'm honored that you'd use it for little old me. Thank you. Enjoy your ad-free existence now. But I guess that would be very confusing when you're like, where has my EG gone? No, where are they? 6 extra credit a year, IMO sounds good. I mean, like, I feel like that doesn't sound like that many. But like, I don't want to push everyone too hard. I don't want to make it too difficult to participate. It should be something relaxing too, where I don't want it to feel like an actual deadline to anyone. And I am such a slow artist. So having extended it this time, I did finish my entry for it very early. However, other ones I've ran right up to the deadline for, and I'm forgetting to be cozy G. I've run right up to the deadline of several of them, and it stressed me out. So I don't wish that for any of you. I don't want you to be stressed out. I shouldn't be stressed out. Come on, EG, you gotta have an even tone right now. Come on, cozy G, calm. I'm too silly. You can't keep me down today. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I gotta get all of my excitement and energy out today. Are there no insurance options for self-employed? There are, but you have to make a certain amount of money to qualify for them, and I don't make enough to qualify, which you would think that would mean that I would if you don't make enough to qualify for certain things, you would think that means that you require assistance, right? Maybe, potentially, but no. Welcome to America. Evil. Feels backward for sure, yeah. You would think. You sure would think, wouldn't you? But you would in fact be wrong. Even before all the nonsense of my student loan payments increasing and whatever the heck else has gone on in the last year that's made things harder to live in the US, even before all that nonsense happened, I still didn't make enough. Also, when I was adjuncting, I didn't make enough to qualify for insurance, and I got a really terrible insurance package from where I was teaching, but it was something at least. What can you do? Yeah, America Incorporated, evil, terrible, cruel state that I live in. We're not going to talk about this for very long, but I am feeling things about the potential for student loan forgiveness happening now. Fellow Americans with student loans, how are we feeling right now? we could have had this forgiveness like what, a year ago? 2 years ago? And then these guys were like, no, you can't. No, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I didn't get help, so you don't get help. And now, flash forward to now, and they're like, you know what's keeping down the middle class of the US? Their student loans. You're right. You're right. I wish you would have realized that you were right 2 years ago. Yeah, so dumb. I'm so annoyed about it, but for as much as I hate the current establishment, I do hope that it still goes through anyway, because as much as I don't like that guy, it would help me, and it would help so many people around me so incredibly. Yeah. Fox News called out artist/PNG tuber Skullvolver for getting his student loans forgiven? Why? Why? Fox News, stay in your lane? Lay off the VTubers also. That's crazy. Way back when that was happening. Oh god. I had applied for it way back when all that was happening, and that was like right when it got stopped by Texas, I believe. These people don't deserve their loans forgiven. Oh, who are you to decide who gets to have their student loans forgiven or not? My poor sweet father only paid off his student loans 4 years ago. My father is in his 50s. And the amount of student loans that he had taken out was like half of mine. My father went to college in the 80s. 70s? 80s? 80s. Incredible. It's disturbing, but for all of us, I am hoping, as much as I hate what's going on right now, I hope that for all of us, it does go through, because it would help so many of us so incredibly, because it is the thing that keeps so many of us down and in financial insecurity. So I got my fingers crossed for all of us, as much as I don't like that guy. That's the way it goes. Yeah, good luck, y'all. Can we cross fingies, maybe? I don't know if mine will track crossing them, but they're crossed, I promise. Anyways, what made me think of this? Oh, I was talking about this week. So, my health be willing. Thursday, Animal Gajinka extra credit showcase. Thursday, get your illustrations in time. Then, Friday, we're gonna carve pumpkins together. I wanted to do something Halloween related, but in relation to my health and the insurance situation and all of those things. I know we were thinking about playing a game, but I can't afford to buy a game right now. Rent is literally due the next day. My budget can't do that right now. So I was like, what can we do that is a free thing for all of us that's free, so that way we can all do something together? Because I like having Fridays be, if possible, something I can include you all in. I like having community days from time to time. Also, especially, if it is something that I can get both Twitch and YouTube in on. So, we are probably going to be doing some pumpkin carving together. Either via Magma, where I'll do it the way that we did Lurkbait designs once upon a time, where I'll give us all a bunch of little like flat pumpkins, and you get to pick yours, and you can draw on it to carve it, or like pretend you're painting your pumpkin, or create your pumpkin into a creature of some sort. Make your pumpkin. 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 Or I've heard that there is a free game that lets you like physically rotate in 3D space and carve a pumpkin. And there's like a community showcase where you can look at things, and we could just like browse through them, and you guys could send yours in the Discord and we could look at them. I'm still debating which one I will do, but we'll see. Good health be upon ye. Thank you. And also upon ye. Ye by all of you. Yeah. Don't know how to gift games, but if I did, I would do it. I appreciate it, but I don't want to ask that of all of you. I appreciate the kindness. I see Incinda also asking, if you could buy me a game, or Rex asking to sponsor games for me. I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. Buying games for me, I have to tell Jubby not to buy games for me, because I am not really that much of a gamer. As much as I would play a game on stream for you guys, it'd probably appear like once or twice or 3 times, and I would feel bad, because I'd feel like it's not like worth your money. And I have like games that we have not touched that I have downloaded that we could play. We still have Little Nightmares 2 that I haven't played on stream. We're putting that off because I don't know if my heart can take that right now. But also, once the capture card that the Shrewmates so kindly purchased for me arrives here, Jubby and I have acquired so many of our childhood consoles, and I have a real good collection for a couple of those because of family members giving me theirs. So someday we could look at playing some of those games also, potentially, because like we have a PS1, we have a PS2, we have a SNES, we have a GameCube, we have a Wii, 3DS, DS, I think we have a Vita, we also have a Game Boy, we have the attachment to play the Game Boy on the GameCube, and it also works. So with the magic of capture card, whenever that arrives, I have a beautiful collection of games. I also have my Switch. that we could play. So we could do retro EG potentially someday without having to spend any extra money on it. Potentially. So, for that reason also, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have all the games I could ever need. Jubby's been playing Kingdom Hearts 1 for the first time right now and is losing their mind. The platforming is killing them, and I'm just sitting there laughing the whole time. I came in late and knew we'd still be yapping. I'm always yapping. Hope you get covered. Have a lizard? Thanks! I appreciate the lizard. I will hold him and cherish him, and I will pat him very gently. Thank you. Can I get the link to submit my Gajinka? Do we need to do a full body showcase, or is Bust fine? Bust is fine! We were mimicking images, so here is it. It's in our Discord server. So there you go. Have that, perhaps. How much does one need to visit a cardiologist in America with no insurance? Great question. I don't have that answer yet. For me to visit just a regular doctor without insurance is $150 per visit. So, we'll see. Don't know. It's a specialist, so I'd imagine it's more. We'll find out. But the first step is finding the cardiologist. Then we'll move from there. Mood. I started playing it over the summer and the platforming is killing me. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 platforming is painful. Painful. The camera kills them. And I just sit there and laugh the whole time. I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 1 3 times. But I will admit, it's rough. And I've tried to play the game all the way through 5 times. And ended up rage quitting in Deep Jungle twice. And I say rage quitting. I don't really rage. I just go, this isn't fun. I'm not having fun. I don't want to play anymore. I like sad quit. How much does it take to fly to Spain and back? Oh, that's a couple $1,000 easily, so much more. Sadly, I will not be making use of the healthcare of other countries either. But anyways, we are having fun playing our fun little games on our older consoles. We just got my SNES from my parents' house, so I was very happy about that. We were playing some Contra last night. Contra 3. And Jubby was playing some Castlevania 4. But I'm looking forward to a little bit of that. Is going to Canada for healthcare cheaper? Aside from the 12-hour drive it would take me to get there, maybe? Unclear. I don't know. Worst thing about PS1, PS2 gen games is having to fight with the camera. Yeah, a little bit. But Jubby's at least happy with the fact that we don't need a tutorial to figure out what to do next all the way through Kingdom Hearts 1, because they do kind of just tell you what to do, and it's RPG rules. You just explore the whole area, and if you don't know what to do next, just go to the rooms you haven't gone to yet, or go back to rooms you haven't been to in a while. Easy. Hate the fixed camera in Mario Galaxy? I will contest that. I like it. I think it's fine, actually. I love Mario Galaxy, and I don't think that's a problem at all. Anyways, did I have any other housekeeping? Oh, my final housekeeping, which is in still relation to my health just a little bit. Because I have so few odds and ends. Let me tell you, I'm getting so frustrated. I have the thing that I showed you guys a sneak peek of, when was that, last Monday? The musical related thing. That, all I need to do for that is properly export one thing and combine it with, combine the audio with the video. That's all I need to do. That's all. That's it. I haven't gotten to do it. In 2 weeks. It's been there for 2 weeks. The Minecraft server. I have 2 things I have to fix for it. And I haven't gotten either of them fixed. For one of the other things going on, I just need like 3 more textures to be scaled properly. Haven't gotten that fixed. There's just like this list of like all the little things that go together for the things I want to do that week. It's like 1 task per thing, and because of my health, I'm so slow because I'm so drowsy. Beta blockers make me so sleepy. I'm like trying to like plug away at doing a thing, and I'm like, what was I doing? Huh? Where was I on this again? Hang on, when was this supposed to come in? I'm losing it. Brain fog is so evil. I'm taking my time. I know, I'm trying my best, and I know that you guys aren't mad at me, but like deep in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're disappointed. They're sad. Because I won't be able to have it next week because I just haven't gotten it done. And then also the stuff of like trying to apply for healthcare, trying to apply for other things. It's so incredibly hard to balance everything when your brain is like, we can do half of one task at a time. So like, I appreciate all of your patience, but like, I want to make it happen. Happens the best of us, you. I don't know if I'm the best of us, but I'm definitely one of us that it is happening to. So I do appreciate all of your patience. We'll get there eventually. It just takes some time. Everything will be just fine. I promise, everything will be just fine. We'll get there. Relax. I'm so relaxed. I'm so chill. I am the picture of nonchalance. What are you talking about? Jaxifer Blacks, thank you for following. I appreciate it. If I just said your name wrong, you were welcome to tell me, because I think I might have read it wrong, and I'm so sorry. I have T2D buff. We'll all float on? Yes, we will. We will all float on. But I do think that was all of my things I had to talk about here today before we start, so we can now start. And look at that, it hasn't even been an hour. Sure, mates, I saw you guessing how long we'd be live before we started doing critiques. Amber, was I in your ballpark? I don't remember what your ballpark was. Was I in it? Was I within your range? 43 minutes, I called it. Oh, very close. I bet on now? Wow, you guys know me so well. Didn't help that it took me an unusually long amount of time to get started. My minimum was 21 minutes, maximum was 43, and it's now 44. Oh my god. Wow. I am so truly predictable, aren't I? What can you say? I'm consistent. Let me go here. As I feel with my anti-seizure stuff, I understand. Please just take your time and don't feel pressured. I'm doing my best. Thank you, Moss Cake. I'm sorry you're feeling that way too, though, from seizure medication. Side effects from medicine are the worst, especially when they're medication you just have to take. There's not an alternative. You just have to take it, and things just have to be that way. Evil, cruel, they should invent something better. I'm sure they're working on it, but man. Oh, I watched your video on YouTube on how to make VTubers before doing my model. Love your advice. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Good luck on your model, though. I hope it's going well. Vicky Fi, thank you for following also. I appreciate it. Whoops, hang on. Hide this. Whoosh. There we go. Secret. Out of curiosity, how many submissions do you have for the critiques after your purge? So the form, let me say, the purge is nowhere near done right now. I only got through 200 people, the first 200 that I was trying to purge out of. I purged everything out of my folders that shouldn't be in there because people weren't there anymore. And then I purged like the first 200 submissions just in the form. And now we're almost down to under 1,000 submissions in the form right now. And in my files, I still have like some days that are still ready to go. I think we could do 3D Vtuber Design Critiques next week. We could do, let me see. I think blue always has enough to go. Purple has enough to go. Let me see what else. I really need more people who have armor in their design to submit because I have 4 people and I would like to talk about them soon. Please, I beg of you. Bugs is about ready to go. I think... Do I have enough in dragons? I don't. A bunch of my folders that did have enough in them no longer do, unfortunately. Green's ready to go. Non-human is
the Luigi
no
board?
longer ready to go.
How to learn the alphabet on the Luigi board.
That? I wonder if people who are really into the occult and really into that kind of stuff would teach their children the alphabet using a Ouija board. Interesting thing that you have proposed to us here, Gary. I'll think about that one. Cappuccino, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Was redesigning my character while watching one of your VODs. Your videos have been helping me a lot. Yay! I'm so glad. Good luck in continuing your redesign too. I hope it goes well. I can resubmit my 2.0, but I had something special for my skip the queue redeem. Ah, I see. I see. Do I have a current skip the queue person? Is there some? Have I gotten? We did Sanazums, right? Think. That's the most recent one I have noted. I'm not missing anyone currently, am I? Pocket Petuni, also thank you for following. I appreciate it. We did, yeah, we did yours. I don't think we're missing anybody who has submitted because my note in my phone doesn't include anyone other than Sanazum right now, who I forgot to remove. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, it's correct there. I like the Barbie version on the board. Thanks. We have colors now for Rubric 2.0. First, I use the Mario board. I like the Wahoo. Understandable. It is cuter. Cotton, you'll get that by the end of the next stream earliest. Yeah, potentially. I will say, with the new watch streak things, I think a lot of you are going to get the skip the lines redeem a lot faster. I've been seeing just how many points it gives you for like a 7-day watch streak. It's crazy the amount of points people are starting to get now from it. So it may be nearer in your future than you expected. I may have to adjust. I probably won't adjust that one, but I may have to adjust some redeem prices maybe? We'll see. We'll find out. Potentially. For your model, is it all your face tracking made with shape keys or bones? All the bones. Or all bones. All shape keys, no bones. No bones in my face. Technically, I think I may have bones behind my eyes, but they don't do anything. I think it's just so that the VRM format doesn't get mad at me. But all of my tracking is ARKit. I just ignore them. It's a point inflation. Yeah, no. We can't allow for point inflation. Yes, colors were famously invented in 2025 by me, Squiiji, e.g. just for stream. Hi, Al. How are you? Happy Halloween. Oops, all shape keys. What can you do? I find it's just easier to control the eyes that way. If I had bones in my eyes and shape keys on my eyes, I feel like they get like a little funny sometimes. And I have better control over the eye look parameters with just shape keys. Potentially. Also, thank you. I'm glad you think my sting animation is smooth. I made it myself. Bones are more computationally intensive as well. Ah, ho, 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 ho. There we go. I'm winning. I mean, there's not a lot of bones on this model, but I will say this model is not computationally kind. I got cloth physics everywhere. It's a lot. Anyways, hang on. We should like focus just a little bit. I'm gonna eat a peanut butter filled pretzel, and then I'm going to redust the rubric. I'm going to take roll, and then I'm going to set us up for bingo and gamba. I'm locked in. Everything's gonna work. Use clothed bones? No, my clothes have no bones. No bones, boneless clothing. It's all magica cloth physics. Even my hair has no bones. I think the only part of my clothing that has a bone, actually in this outfit, nothing does. The only part of this that has bone that's in clothing, I think, is the top of the hat. Potentially. That's it. By the end of next year, I'll do a statistic about the activeness of all the VTubers you critiqued. Interesting. Will that be part of our year in review for this year, mayhaps? Maybe? Intriguing. Okay. So, here is the rubric that we use to critique. I was supposed to eat my peanut butter. Hang on. My pretzel. I didn't eat the pretzel. Hang on. Wait. I jump started. You can hear me chewing. Oh no. I'm trying to chew gentler so you don't have to hear it. If I get like a particularly good crunch, it does in fact come through, and I don't want that for you. Too loud to assert dominance? No. I won't. You can have dominance. All of you. I don't need it this time. I'll pass. Don't want it. Don't need it. I hate hearing people chew, so I will not do that to all of you. So. VTuber Design Critiques. When we critique VTuber designs, we use this here rubric as a way to be as objective and unbiased as possible in our critiques. In true teacher fashion, I have made this for us. So, each design can get up to 2 points in each of 5 categories. Those 5 categories being color palette, silhouette, complexity versus clarity, focal point, and concept and motifs. Pastilla Von Velveteen, thank you for following. I appreciate it. For color palette, in order to get full points, the palette should be cohesive and interesting, work at a distance, and the placement should support the focal point. You will get no points for color palette if the palette has major instances of low contrast, clashing, or overwhelming choices. You should just totally revisit hues and values. For silhouette, to get full points, the silhouette should be unique and easily identifiable in and of itself. There should be strong visual weight, positive-negative space interplay, and contrasting shape language. You will get no points for silhouette if the silhouette is non-distinct, blob-like, exhibits ladder design, or just needs much more definition. For complexity versus clarity, to get full points, the level of detail should be appropriate for the medium you're working in. So for VTubing, this means it should be appropriate for a live 2D model, a 3D model, a PNG tuber model, also potentially if you're a chibi, what your proportioning style is, all of these things. You should also have detail that are specific to support both the concept and the focal point, and I should be able to turn you into a cute little marketable plushie without having to remove all of the elements that make you inherently yourself. You will get no points for complexity versus clarity if the design is distractingly complex or too simple to the point of genericness. Whoops. Or if I cannot make you into a marketable plushie. Because, like, what's the point? VTubers, we all want to be a plushie someday. I know it. I can see your heart. I can see that you need this to be real for you. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Emiria, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Also, I got jump scared. I had a video saved that I was going to watch on... What day was that? Might have been Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Saturday morning, I had a video I had saved to watch. I saved it while I was with Jubby and they were getting their haircut, and I was like, oh, when I get home, I want to watch this. It's about character design. And then I just opened the Discord server and I think it was Corey had posted it, that they referenced me in the video. They referenced my plushie test. I was like, I'm real. I'm being perceived. But they were talking about my plushification test, which I'm glad people like that as a way to sort of visualize whether or not the level of detail works. And the way they put it I thought was funny, where they were talking about throwing it in the garbage. I'll have to find the video because it was good. It's about how to make a Sona and about that person updating their Sona, which was very interesting to watch. So I did end up getting to watch it that afternoon. Oh, Rex, thank you for gifting a sub to Star, otherwise known as Southern Lights. Very kind of you. Can we rotate for Rex, please? Are we rescuing? Oh yeah, we're making a rescue effort from the ads. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. Spin. Should be still readily available in the general media channel. Yeah, probably. It probably is still there. I don't think we've sent a ton since then. Saw you on Twitch front page. Oh, really? I was on the front page? Intriguing. I'm not aware of that. Before I watched your video about VTuber models, that video helped me making more clear choices from upcoming second version of my VTuber. I'm glad it helped. Good luck in making your second version. I hope it's going well. Wahoo. Yeah, they put me on the front page? That's scary. Why would they do that? I've applied to be on the front page 4 times, and I've gotten rejected each time. Which I don't really care about. It's okay. It'd be so intense for us, I feel like, to have me be on the front page. It'd be intimidating, and I don't want to make more work for my mods, so maybe on one hand it's good that it didn't go through any of those times, but for special events, I was hoping it would work. Because I think I applied for it for my winter outfit debut, I applied for it for my karaoke that I did for April Fools. There were a couple other things, I think, too, but it's okay. What can you do? We stay silly. We keep trying. You get rejected from something 100 times, and maybe you'll get into something once. You just gotta play the long game. Not front page right now? Okay, thank God. I was a little nervous. I mean, to be for real, we don't have much work. That's fair, but, like, I don't want that to have to change, you know? I like it being kind of chill and calm here. I don't want the regulars to get drowned out by the chaos of that. Unless it's, like, a special event, in which case, you know, they may be more readily accepting, or, you know, they may foresee that being the case. But, like, Chaos. This is a call to sow chaos? No. This is not a call to make life harder for my mods. Please. I will alert them to nuke you from orbit if necessary. Don't do it. Just give the mods a heads up. Oh, I will let you know. They let you know more than a month in advance if you have made it for the days you applied for. So I would have more than a month's ahead notice for you guys if we did get it. So don't worry about it. I'll let you know if it ever happens, but not yet. Anyways, hang on. I gotta keep going through the rubric. So for focal point, in order to get full points, the primary focal point should be well executed. That primary focal point being the eyes and the face, because those are the elements that viewers use to form an understanding with you in order to relate to you. We gotta be hashtag relatable to our viewers. We should also have an upper half of the body focus as a VTuber because we're gonna be so for real. Unless you're me and you've got a T-pose redeem, no one's gonna see your legs. Legs are not gonna be making much of an appearance on stream, so putting the focus in the upper body is probably a good move. You will get no points for focal points if that primary focal point of the face and eyes is not at all focal due to low contrast, over or under detailing, or being just completely outcompeted by other elements. Then finally, for concept and motif, to get full points, the concept should be clearly, creatively, and thoroughly explored. The key conceptual aspects should be identified visually. Those aspects include things like personality, occupation, species, just like other motifs in general. What words do I usually also say here? I'm forgetting them. Like cultural references, that kind of stuff. I should be able to determine that visually. Yeah, fashion style. Thank you, Rex. Yes. You will get no points, however, for concept if the concept is visually unclear, underdeveloped, or just non-existent. If you are you, but blue, that's still technically a concept, though it may be an underdeveloped one, but it is still a concept. Then finally, I can give up to 3 bonus points, 1 for each of these, 1 for having a compelling, unique, or otherwise well-executed concept, 1 for unique, exciting art style, and 1 for personal taste. If I just like it, I can put it on the fridge. Being on the front page is like having your house door wide open. Yeah! I fear that the kind of person I am, I don't know how well I am as a person able to jive with, I think, with the general audience of Twitch. Which is nothing against any of them. It's just, I'm a different kind of VTuber, different kind of creator. First of all, I'm a VTuber. Second of all, I don't know if I'm the stock standard creator for Twitch. I'm not a gamer. I'm just a funny little mushroom. May I get the link to Submit Designs? Add some candied concrete to sweeten the deal? Exclamation point, critique. Striker, if you really want to send candied concrete, I guess you could if you want. Do they have seen chats change much with front streams actually? Might be wrong though. Really? Okay. Interesting. I guess people wouldn't click in if they don't already have an interest in a VTuber who is doing something that isn't gaming. Maybe it would be fun. Maybe I'm psyching myself out for no necessary reason. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I will take a sip of drink. Has anyone gotten the bonus points before? Yeah! We haven't given out the concept or art style one in a minute, but we give out 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 of the goes on the fridge bonus points each day, maybe. Whoops, sorry. You're good. Don't worry about it. Why are you sorry? No need for sorries. It is okay. If the front page attracts discriminatory comments, streammates ready your pitchforks. Yeah, I think that's more so the only thing I'm worried about is that it's going to guaranteed be misgendering the event for me. Or if I have, like, I've been thinking about putting my pronouns in bio or pronouns in my tags, but that does open us up to potential opportunities for discrimination, unfortunately. And I don't want to make myself an easier target. Unfortunately. Bring in more people than usual. I'm sure it would be massive. Yeah, I don't think it would be massive, but it would bring in maybe more people. Don't know. We can see. If I get it one day, we'll get to actually test our theories here and find out if they are true or not. But for now, we just hang. We ball. Very hard target, very small. Yeah, catch me if you can. I'm very small, and I'm very agile. Ignore the fact that I'm having heart troubles. I can still run very fast, I promise. You'll never catch me. Let me drink my bev. I have to finish my electrolyte liquid. If I don't finish my electrolyte liquid in 2 hours, I need you all to yell at me. Just or throw desks at me, throw hands at me, just throw things at me, generally. If I don't sound like I'm drinking out of a mug, yell. Can run very fast, but not for long. Yeah, I'm built for sprint. I'm gonna sprint somewhere and you won't be able to catch me. You won't be able to reach. I've gotten used to the way the electrolyte beverages taste also. They're like weird, but I'm used to it now. Yes, I will stretch. Thank you, Amber. Are you going as a ladder for Halloween? You know, I could. I mean, I'm going as a mage for Halloween. What I'm actually going as, because I am going to a Halloween party after stream on Friday with Jubby. I'll probably talk about it on Friday. Jubby and I are going as vampires. I'm doing like a closet cosplay vampire. Jubby bought all the pieces for it for like $100 and is going as an incredibly fancy, well put together vampire. And they were like, come on, EG, you should like buy stuff for it and be like fancier. And I was like, bruh. Bruh, I ain't got the cash for that right now. No way. Twilight? No. Jubby's going as like an Alucard kind of vampire. I am going also kind of similarly. Mine's mostly gonna be makeup. VTM Anarch versus Camarilla vampires? Oh? I'm not sure what those categories mean. The dichotomy of vampire. More like a What We Do in the Shadows vampire than something else. A Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, I've never seen that in abbreviation form. How can we throw hands if we can't catch you? You can throw the hands, but they're not attached to you, so you're not catching me. That's how that works. Anyways, let me take roll. I haven't done that yet. Hey, Shroommates, who's here for class today? Got a whole hour and 4 minutes to roll in today. If you would like to check in for class, you can use the 1 point channel point redeem on Twitch, or you can just say hi or here or hello on both YouTube and Twitch potentially, if you would like. So let me scroll back in time. I'll start with YouTube. Hello. Oh wait, I've gone back too far. I'm in yesterday. Or Friday, actually. There we go. Thimble, Space Queen, Zito Sade, Avera, Alive, Star, TV Head, Striker, Dia, Chokorama, DDD, Sanzam, Fern, Edward, Nilo, Ziop, Mikara, Bleak, Little oh wait, what is that? Little Ianita? Yeah, I remember that's an I and not an L. Cotton Candy Floss. Sorry, I'm full naming some of you and like first naming others of you. Refracted Fluff, Mad Buns, Nyabarif, Mestra, Amber, Stinky Birds, Rex, Cappuccino, Randaniel, Onyx, Art Fun, Kiddith. Masked Emerald, Shadowpring, Corey, Picto Shaman, Butterscotch Pecan, Milo Mini, hi! Witch Weaver, also, hello! YouTube Shroommates, I see Demethea, Moss Cake, Fruity Rock, Bashful Vixen, Rainy Weekend, hi! Welcome in! Lurkers, don't worry, I got you marked down for roll, thank you for being here as always, and VOD Watchers, I see you. Thank you for holding it down. So now, final thing that we have to do. Bingo. And Bingo, what's his name? Oh. You pin that. Bam. Keep that till the end. Let's see. Give me a good card. Give me a good card. Come on. Give me a good card. I was hoping I'd get the box for aquatic design, but I didn't. What can you do? And then finally, prediction. A little bit of Gamba. Whoop, did it not send in YouTube? Oh, it did not. Obviously here. Hi, Nano. I see you also. Bam. Bingo. Predictioning. How many designs do I have today? Oh, wait, do I have 6? I don't. So, as part of the purge, I accidentally ended up purging so many designs that were aquatic also while I was setting things up, but after I released my schedule, that I only actually have 5 designs prepared for today. So if we still have some time, I'll pull someone from somewhere else. So we'll let the number go up to 7 still, because we can pull people from other folders or just generally in other places as needed. But, man, I had to go back in the forums. Calling my strat/house rule the Onyx Gambit. New card for each design to avoid cheating. Whoa, new card for each design? That's gonna make it almost impossible to win, I feel like. That'd be a really tough victory that you'd have to fight for. Magic extra design. Yeah, we might have a magic extra design. Maybe. Like the 1900s mass whaling. What? Not enough fish in the sea? Not enough whales out there because people were hunting too many of them? Why is there... YouTube, can I please have a poll? I'm begging you. I'm begging you, YouTube. Please. Please let me have a poll. 5. No! No! YouTube! I swear to God. Come on. Come on. Come on. I hit the add option button and it just posted it. There we go. 5. 6. 7. There you go. Now start the poll. Got it. Because you purged Vtubers. No! I purged all tubers, but unfortunately, yeah, the Vtubers were also hit by the purging. Bingo feature's awesome. What the helly? I'm glad you enjoy it. It's just a silly little thing we can do while we're doing the critiques. Amber, I'm jealous that you got aquatic theme. That's not fair. The fact that I have mushroom VTuber on mine right now, I think is gonna doom me already. We'll see though. So, we'll get us started off here. This is Cephalo, she, her, a squid-themed marine biologist. I'm happy with most of the design, but I'm a bit unsure about some details of her outfit. Things like adding patterns to the pants and top, the exact shape of the top, the glasses, shoes. Basically, I'm struggling to find ways to make the design both more interesting and coherent. I see. So they said, or she said, that she's not active on Twitter, but I think she's active on Blue Sky or Instagram. I found her out there. So I know she's still there. One sentence concept explanation or paragraph? Neither. The explanation only looks big because I left the font really large. This is only like 2 sentences. Or 3. So neither. Doesn't count. Middle ground for both. The way you make videos with the layout and the hand make you so happy. The layout's so satisfying. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoy it. I happen to enjoy it a good bit. No Cephaloth on Blue Sky? Oh. I found them somewhere out there in the great beyond. Maybe it was on Instagram. Potentially. But, anyways, I think that your concept as far as the occupation is definitely guessable. You're wearing your lab coat over what I will say is a very stylish outfit. Not at all lab safe, but still stylish nonetheless. And I love that the, what do you call them? Like the bottle glass lenses for glasses have become something that is so closely associated with VTuber designs these days that are scientists. I love it. They're so silly. They're so fun. But I immediately want you to make them even bigger. Because right now I am glad to see a critique that I often have for VTuber designs where they're wearing glasses is that they don't actually space the lenses out in a way that makes sense for the eyes. But here, they have done that at least. But I do still wish these were a little bit larger so they were contributing just a tad bit more to the silhouette. I don't know why I duplicated the whole... Hang on. I duplicated the whole thingamabob instead of just the glasses part. There we go, okay. And for contrast's sake, we don't have to make the nose bridge any bigger. And I'll make sure they're sufficiently close together, but that sort of just ends up playing more of the silly scientist end of a design like this. There we go. Bigger. More emphasized. Can't find it on Instagram either? I found them somewhere. 0 sub, hang on. Would argue it's 1 sentence concept explanation because technically only the first sentence is the concept explanation. Ah, I see. I see. Looking up cephalope on Google gives back nothing. I found her this morning. Where did I find her? Was it YouTube? I found her somewhere. She was out there. I located her. I don't know how this works. An empty Twitter? Yeah, no, I saw that. They had in their notes that they're not active on Twitter because Twitter scares them. I found her somewhere. I think Ms. Library from good old Misao. I'm gonna sally forth because if we don't have this one, then we only have 4 designs fit the theme. I'll keep going, but maybe we'll be more brief with this one if we can't actually find this person. But I will say, generally, I don't have that terribly many critiques for this design, so we'll be kind of quick about it anyway. But anyways, so glasses, bigger, more emphasis, add more to silhouette. But for being honest, your silhouette isn't really suffering in the first place. You've got some good asymmetry from your, off-the-shoulder jacket. It's not really impacting your silhouette a ton, except for the lower body. But the hair, oh, the hair is very nice, the way it's spreading out around your head. I will say, I may have been more likely to guess that you're an octopus than a squid, because we do tend to associate squids with being sort of taller on top, and then we associate their tentacles with having that sort of like triangle bit at the end. Even if they only have that on like 1 or 2 of their tentacles. So something that could be done to just make your species a little bit clearer maybe would be if you were to just like, for funsies, say, okay, what if these 2 hairs that are on the top have like a little band on them where they're being tied? Probably would have to be like here. And then they're becoming more diamond shaped after that, so that we might be more likely to read them as squid-like. But that's such a small thing to do. It doesn't take a ton. But sometimes that's all we need is just one little hint that makes it clearer. Yeah, they're a little bit more octopus than squid right now, but I think that would help give squid, especially if you were to have something where it's like, oh, if we have just little like bits of something that's stuck in your hair to look like the little suction cups that squids have on the ends of their little like grabby hand parts. I don't know what you call them. Is there a particular name for this kind of tentacle? Or is it still just tentacle? I'm just tapering it more. Because really only 2 of them need it. I don't think all of them have that diamond bit at the end. But if they all need it, you could put it on the end of each of them if need be. And you could still make them have like little like bits of hair breaking out the sides. So we can be clear that this isn't actually a tentacle. It's just... Wait, hang on. It's just hair that is sort of ending up being shaped like that, called feeding tentacles. Ooh, the tentacles they used to eat. I see. Hang on, I might need a little bit of shading back in them because they look a little bit weird. But anyways, that might be good as a little hint. If I'm thinking about also squid shapes, I wonder if it might be nice as well to make this sides of the head even wider and more diamond shaped. Because I think that's another aspect that we tend to associate with squids, is having that... Where is it? You just get a squid. Really like diamond or triangular shaped top of their head. Like that. Right? One with the spade shape or tentacles, the others are arms. Ah, okay, I see. So, if we can make the hair a little bit more of this shape, that could also be something that helps you to read more squid-like as opposed to octopus-like. Which already the hair was kind of doing, but we can push that even more. Let me see. Whoop, I did all those things. But yeah, there we go. It's pushing it a little bit more. The glasses I feel like are kind of funny because if you look at the squids, they do have really, really big ol' eyes, and they're really low. So I almost wonder if it may work better to have the glasses, hang around the neck. So that way they're positioned like they would be on a squid, where they're below that sort of diamond head shape. But I don't know if that's 100% necessary. It might just be cute or silly to do, mayhaps. But I do think that those might be enough little hints to get us more in the direction of squid as opposed to octopus. Here for the design. Then I can tell you're a scientist pretty easily. As far as the fashion goes, I'd be interested to see the patterns once they're more developed, because I think they're good for adding some interest and detail to the clothing, but I'm wondering what the particular shapes of them are. Because they almost look like tentacles to me right now, but I'm not quite sure because they're rendered very loosely. But if they are tentacles or something else that is cephalopod-esque in nature, that would be good, that would be beneficial. Would be cute on a glasses chain? Yeah! On a glasses chain or something. The jellyfish cut for a squid VTuber I think is also kind of funny. You've picked one sea creature and gone for the haircut that another sea creature has, but I get it. I understand. We're staying under the sea. And then if we look at the belt, we've got a cute little fish pattern, which this is what I love to see, where we're taking the hardware that would typically be worn for this kind of outfit, and we're making it specific to the concept. This isn't just a generic belt buckle, this is now a fish-shaped belt buckle. It's more specific, so it feels better fleshed out. This little icon here, I'm not quite sure what is. It might just be a ring that's holding these straps on around the neck. If that's what it is, it may just need to be a little bit clearer. And also, if it was a ring, you'd probably have overlap on the bottom part of it too from the shirt itself, but that's just like a nitpicky how those things work kind of situation. You wouldn't really get to see a ton of the ring itself under that circumstance. You might just want to make the ring a little bit larger for that. Not sure if it was mentioned. What if the coat had tentacle shapes for the arms on the back of the coat? Ah, that could be interesting. Or even, like, there's belts that it has dangling here. You could have the belts have the tentacle shape to them, too. Potentially. Or, like, this is the piece that goes through. Right, mayhaps. Bingo has hair vents title. What would that be? Hair vents? This one doesn't have it. Hair vents is when they have... Actually, I can give this person hair vents really quick as a demo. Hair vents would be if... Go like that real quick. There we go. Hair vents would be if their hair had lines that separated it. Like this. Do you see how they're creating like a little like vent shape in here? That's what that usually relates to, but that's not something that this design has. Yeah, there you go. So, okay. Oh, wait, look, the eyes are also little fish. That's cute too. This is making me wonder if we should design, I gotta put this in my notes of all the potential VTube designs I want to make that have something clever that could work for them, which is, do you see how similar these little fish look to keyholes? I wonder if we could do like a locksmith or some kind of like lock associated fish VTuber design or just character design in general. Plus locks design. Let me draw a little sketch so I remember what I'm talking about. There we go. Bam! Weirdly enough, I think hair vents would do good for this design because the triangle shape and glasses on chain. I mean, if we did want to go in that direction, the hair vents would not be a bad thing to add to the top of the head, perhaps. But we can just leave that as a note, where if they are open to the idea of moving the glasses down to the neck so that way they're in a position similar to where they would be on a squid, that might be something nice just to take up some of the space up here on top of the head. I would lament this not adding to the silhouettes. We might not, or we might want something more happening on the head afterwards to add something back to the silhouette, but not too bad. Sunken Treasure VTuber design? Yeah, that'd be a good title for it. Let me write that down too. Sunken Treasure? Man, my handwriting when I write myself notes during stream is abysmal. Almost completely illegible. Hair vents could be shaped like the squid arrowhead. Yeah, they could be used to make the head even more arrow-shaped too, yeah. I agree. Okay, but those would be good notes to have here. I might just write those down as notes. Wait. Ooh, write normally, e.g. Spelling, good. to neck, comma, plus hair vents. Good, that's totally legible. That's totally legible, for sure. Believe me, trust me. It's okay, there we go. Silhouette, totally fine. I can just start laying some grades in, because we already talked about a couple of things. Silhouette, totally fine, no notes, beautiful, knocked it out of the park, very distinct, good natural asymmetry, lovely. For concept, you look a little bit like an octopus, but the things that we need to change to make it clearer are not too extreme, and I can tell very clearly that you're a scientist as well, so probably put it right about there. For color palette, the blend of cool and warm colors is working very nicely because we've got a nice complementary palette in a variety that we don't seem to see all that often, I would say. We don't often see the orange-blue complementary palette. We see a lot more of like the pink, green, or yellow-purple complementary palettes. And when we do see the blue-orange ones, they're not usually quite this muted, so it does feel interesting and engaging and fresh to me because I haven't seen something in this palette probably in a minute. And also, classic EG moment, I'm very happy that all of your gray tones have something in their undertone. So there's like a dark blue undertone to the black of the pants. There's a teal undertone to the white of the shading here. So that all works out pretty well. And then for focal point, the hair is really the only thing that's this lighter, grayer blue. A lot of the orange aspects are creating sight lines that are pulling us into the center, then up to the face, where you've got these little orange areas that are pretty high contrast, but they're pushing us to look up and in. These are pulling us into the center of the design. They're radiating out of this chest area. These long locks of hair are pulling us up to look at the face. The hair is in a unique color. The skin color, we see the most of that nice peach color in the face. All those things are working well to really make the upper half focal. And I would say the head is pretty dang focal also. It's working pretty well. Is she an elf, or do all oceanic humanoids have long pointy ears? I would say a lot of them that I have seen tend to have that, and I'm not certain what the motivator for that is or where that started inherently. It may just be that we're trying to clearly mark someone as being not human, and that's a good little indicator that that's what's going on. They're just sort of beyond human in some capacity, but without having to change a lot. But yeah, I'm not sure particularly where that comes from. Yeah, easy non-human identifier maybe is all it is. But yeah, head is pretty focal. If we want to make the head really incredibly focal, we could change the eye color, but I don't know if that's inherently necessary here. I like how muted and understated things are for the most part. So for focal point, I'd give you full points. For color palette, I thought it felt fresh. I'm not really having any trouble reading edges of things, other than down in your legs, but I feel like that's mostly because this design is pretty sketchy. But you have done a good job also keeping the lower half of the design pretty dark. And look, they've even done my favorite thing. I don't know if they have a sweeping gradient, but they didn't go and take, oh man, this orange color and stick it all the way down in here. They only used the deepest, darkest shading color for those orange values in the legs because it knocks them back. It makes them less high contrast and less distracting. Good work. Good color choices. Full points. And then complexity versus clarity. I would say the level of detail here is pretty appropriate. I could make you into a marketable plushie without removing probably anything, and you would still be very clear and distinct. I'd be able to identify you very easily based on that. So, good work, because you're not feeling under-designed to me. Your clothing feels specific enough with the pattern work that's been included, with the shapes, because there are interesting shapes in the clothing. I honestly don't have a lot to modify here. This is pretty dang good. How did it look if you move the nose above the eyes? What? Huh? Enderium, why do you want me to put the nose above the eyes? Would a Vtuber look fine without ears? Potentially. I don't mind them because they sort of break the hair up and they give the hair more dimension here. But if you wanted to treat them the way that we treat sometimes animal VTubers, where we only give them the animal ears and not their human ears, maybe I could see that. I don't know. Do any squid species have in quotes ears, like the Dumbo octopus? Technically, I guess we could maybe consider these like flaps to be ear-like if we really wanted to, But the hair is already taking that shape, so I don't know if that's necessary. Whoops, spoiler. Like a blowhole on a whale. That would be funny. For somebody who is a whale VTuber, I think that would be incredibly funny. But I don't know if that works for a squid. That's a funny suggestion. Recommend them maybe add an earring, but optional. Maybe. If they want something for added asymmetry, they could add an earring maybe if they wanted to. If they want to have like, oh, you know, here's the remnants of my prey. Here's my like funny like fishbone earring or something on one side. Get the tail in here, get some bones in here. This is a fish, I promise. That might be nice for just a little moment of asymmetry, add a little bit of personality too. Replace ears with siphons. And Diriam, I think you should design characters. I think you should design prompts for characters because you think of things that are so intriguing to me. Like, I don't know if they fit within the sensibility of this particular VTuber's design, but I do not want your thoughts on this to go to waste at all. But I can't draw. We have to find some way to get you the capacity to make these things real. Which maybe, I wonder if there's like pie crews we could put together that we could modify to look that way or something. Or maybe even if it's just like an ideas list you could make. If people just need an idea for a design of some kind. Photo bashing? Yeah, photo bashing's a good idea, yeah. Can't draw, that's true. You could. I mean, I've seen you draw. You can draw fine. Maybe not the way you hope or wish you could draw, but I think you're drawing just fine. Imagine if the hair was ink. That's true! You know what this design has none of right now, which is surprising to me. There's no gloop. Do we need gloop? I don't know if we need gloop here. Because as a scientist, this is going for a lot of really like squared off or sharp edges. Gloop adds a lot of roundness that would make this design feel maybe sillier, mayhaps? I don't know. Hey, that's a lot of gloop. Don't drown me. Oh my god, nice. But yeah, gloop is something that I'm never against. Hey, I don't need more. I can't draw while I'm doing the gloop thing at the same time. I need my right hand. But like, you could have it as if like some areas are like ink stained or damaged. Oh, I can't zoom out. There we go. Just to add a little more variety if you wanted. Bam, look at that. And then like, beautiful, right? Just a little subtle ink moment. We know it, we love it. Bam. Ooh, that is kind of nice. The hair could also maybe have like dark edges if we wanted to. Like you could darken some of these blue bits a lot at the edge, and then they could be like just like a little bit drippy if we wanted to also. Ooh, just put a little bit in. I don't want to overdo it. But that could be cute too. We do associate that with both octopus and squid, so I'm not sure that would help us with the distinction between the two, but it could just be a cute detail. I kind of like that. Adds more contrast to the hair area too by putting some darker colors up there. More detail. Ooh. What about a tablet that you use for surveys, but it's towards the cam and you can see ink squiggles there? Ah, we could do for like a prop, a clipboard would not be out of place or something. I'm just gonna draw like, we're holding it under the arm here, just for funsies, not this color also. I gotta pick something that's not gonna be super distracting, but you know, your classic brown clipboard could have paper on it. Bam, here's like the little clippy part that holds it in. Yeah. Yeah, and then you get your paperwork. Bam. And then page has been dipped in a little bit of ink. Nice. What if there were squid arms? Like, the two that's different. What do you mean? like adding entire arms that are squid limbs also. The way that this is playing with the squid element right now is trying to keep a lot of it contained to the hair. So you could go down that route and add it to the clothing if you wanted, but it might just be too much repetition at that point. If we have squid arms for the hair and also for the sleeves and also for the belts and also for, I don't know if it was somewhere else, but also for the pattern maybe, because that might be what I'm reading that as too. What would that mean if the ink comes out of her hair? What does it mean that ink comes out of my hair? What does that mean? I don't know. Are there implications? I don't think there's implications. This would look really good with one of those high-tech floating tablet displays some art VTubers do to show their drawing. I have one of those. Where do I have it? I have one. I have a transparent gold one somewhere. Oh, wait, actually I don't. I had past tense one on 1.0 Squiiji. But yeah, that could also be potentially a good idea too. I'll write that as a note, but I think we've got the majority of the critique here in. High tech, transparent, floating tablet. Yeah, gold, so fancy. Yeah, it was gold because I think that was back before I was so orange. My gold was much more yellow undertoned. Now it's a little bit more orangey undertoned. But, hang on, we forgot to give you your bonus point for going on the fridge. And with that, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.5, 10.5. This might be our first over 10 on the new rubric, potentially. Now it's mac and cheese colored. I really don't think I'm mac and cheese colored, but I guess you could put it that way, and I wouldn't fight you about that. 10.5 and very marketable design, but such a shame they seemingly disappeared or rebranded or abandoned it. No shade. I know! I hope I find you out there. I hope we can find you, because this is a cool design. It's neat. If you needed a reason to come back to it and to keep evolving on it, let this be the reason. Come back! Before you guys clap too hard, I'm gonna do a ladder. I don't think we really need it, but I should check it anyway. Just because I'm trying to thwart your bingo progress. I can't let you get too far in your bingo this quickly, you know? Let's see. Sleeves would be about the same length. Bottom of that area. Top of that. Oh, the hair bits. Ooh, so hang on. This one's like... Oh, wait, they're asymmetrical. That one goes like this. This one goes like that. This one goes like this. This one goes like that. Shoulders. Neck. Chin. Eyes. Bottom of hair. Bottom of all your hair. Bottom of the glasses. Top of the glasses. Whoops, I made the glasses taller to make it a little bit shorter. And then top of the head. I would say that's not a ladder that I really want to climb, especially. Would you? This already looks like somebody tried to take their foot and do a little steppy here and just went straight through. Ouchie. Good throw, Kenneth. Oh, Amimi Atropa, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Sorry I missed you. Thank you, though. Thank you for your ladder contributions. I would say not one I would like to climb. Good clustering of rungs up around the head means that there's good level of detail up here for us to focus properly. Good variety in the spacing and the rest of the body. Got some good asymmetry left and right. Honestly, pretty good. I'd call that a functional ladder. Actually, I would not call that a functional ladder. I'd call that a properly non-functional ladder, as it should be. Glasses remind me of Yumi's mascot. It does, don't they? They do look a little bit like, what is his name? I always want to call him Murphy. His name's Morphe. My brain always tries to make that a U for some reason. But yeah, he does have the little, like, swirly glasses, doesn't he? Ladder looks like a death wish, a little bit, yeah. Oh, love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate it, Hana Kitsune. That's very kind of you. I'm glad you enjoy them. What about the mouth of a squid? Nothing to do with what's in the design. What about it? As in, what about my thoughts on it, or what about adding it? Could add it. My thoughts on it? I don't think I've seen what a squid's mouth looks like. And I might keep it that way. Anyways. Now we can truly clap. Now I'll allow it. Now I'll permit clapping. Specifically, I'm permitting clapping while I fill out my bingo. Let's see. Did I get anything on here? Slowest gut visual weight. You're not mythological. You're not a jester. No band-aids. No pastels. Color palette is not analogous. It has plenty of asymmetry. It did go in the fridge. No body harnesses, no wing motif, no royalty, no ruffles, not a monster. Jacket is off the shoulder on one side. Glares aren't dark, no weird cutouts, no gradient added, not 3D, so that's fine. No flower plant, no big hat. I'm not getting bingo today. I don't think I'm getting bingo today. I think it's not gonna be in my cards. I got bingo last Monday. It'd be too crazy, too cool. They gotta keep me down. They can't let me win all the time. Gotta make it count when I do win. So here, I'll move on to the next one. I'm going to read you the details. Then I will take a sippy of beverage and bite of snack and let you absorb this creature. This is shrimp, they/them, retail shrimp. They're a shrimp that works retail and also a noob to Decora. Crazy, amazing lore. Hey, I know you're kidding and you're trying to like deprecate. The fact that you've pared your lore down to being shrimp who works retail and is just starting to get into Decora and figuring it out. It's concise. It's efficient. Thank you. Fantastic work. It's good. This is a fun concept because it's so silly that I don't doubt that you work retail. You have the polo on. Yes, that for sure is one sentence. You have the polo that everybody who works retail wears. You're wearing a brown belt. Like, you're wearing clothing that makes sense for it in the outfit. Did shrimp check out this rice? Oh, I'm sure this shrimp made sure that you went through the checkout process in the store properly. Do not worry. Descriptive and concise. Yeah, good elevator pitches are amazing for VTubers, and I'm so happy when I see them. This is a good concept. This is a good elevator pitch to me, because I understand immediately. And I can see all the elements. This is one of the cases where I would say it makes sense to have very bland clothing on, because you're a retail worker. You're wearing the uniform. I know this person for a fact is active on Twitch. They do have a Twitter, but I don't know if they're active on their Twitter. Yes, and they are a Vroid model. They're 3D for their actual streaming. Yeah, I think Rex found them. So cute. I can tell that you're a retail worker from your outfit. It's very plain. You've got the classic work polo for working in retail, but then you've gone and jazzed it up and made it a memorable character. You've modified the elements that you could change theoretically in a uniform. Don't know how thrilled a workplace might be about somebody actually dressing this way, but we're in VTuber land. We don't have to care about that. You've got all the elements we need to get the hint that that's what you are. We don't need to remove all the joy and whimsy and fun from you to really make you a retail worker. But I love how much extra detail you've added. There's layering, there's personality, the bangles, the asymmetry. And I get the Decora angle immediately because of the plethora of little fun colored clips in your hair, the giant earrings, the bangles. There's still a lot of maximalism in the upper half of the design, which is fantastic for getting Decora into your daily wear. It's good. Lidar? I'm so sorry, I can't tell which letters in your name are I's or L's, but thank you for following, I appreciate it. I have teacher debuff, so I say names wrong, and you are welcome to tell me how to actually say your name. Thank you. Empress Hold TV, also thank you for following. I appreciate it. They even have bioluminescence thingy. Oh, where are you looking? Oh, yeah. Their earring glows. I didn't look on their Twitch for very long, but they may have a glow toggle, maybe. Not sure. But then, yes, for being a shwimp, as they are, I was supposed to take a sip of my beverage. For being a shwimp, I think we could make it clearer that they are a shwimp in the upper body, because right now, the tail clarifies that they are a shwimp, as do the big old antennas. But without the tail, the antennas might just be a little bit confusing and someone may think insect. So listen to me here. Hear me out here before I'm good and eat and drink like I'm supposed to. What if we just made this side of the hair more asymmetrical, longer, and then tail-shaped, like their shwimp tail? Where, like, maybe they have, you know, one of their little clips here, and then they have, like, the shwimp-shaped, like, heart-shaped tail. So then we're getting a little bit of that higher in the design, and maybe they have like, I don't know, some kind of like ribbon or something braided into their hair, so that way we get that like edge detailing, right? Like the tail has down here too, but that might be enough just to suggest what species they are in the upper body too, because it might be necessary. Just have another like extra little hint perhaps. And then we're getting bonus asymmetry and bonus more space where you can add fun cute little clips. Go crazy with your fun cute little clips. Bam. Bam. And you may need to reshape it. I arced it in a good bit. It may not need to be arced in quite like that, so that way you have a little bit more of that negative space under your head. Let me just like scooch it over just a little bit. Let me scooch just a little. There we go. What I was trying to do is I wanted to open up this negative space in here just a little bit so you keep some good little gap in there for the silhouette later on. But then this might be just enough of a little hint in the upper body of shwimp. Big brain, thank you. Unless you're saying big brain to them, which also, I think they deserve to hear that also. I do think this is a big brain, very cute design also. No glow toggle, but the antennas are great because it has physics. Oh, they have physics! We love to see that. That's lovely. Good motion. Fine with whatever you call me. Knowing me, I'll probably accidentally pronounce your name as Edar. If that's okay, then that will probably be what I end up reading your name as, but if you don't like that, you are welcome to tell me something else and I will make a note of it. But yeah, shwimp, little shwimp thing there, but now let me be a good shroom and eat my peanut butter pretzel. We'll party while I do. Both Big Brain EG and Big Brain Shrimp, we're having a big old brain party. Thank you for snack time. You're right, it is snack time. Don't need to spell the E, just Hadar. Or just Dar. Hadar? Is that right? Question mark? I have such a bad teacher debuff. Don't hear electrolytes? Oh, I won't. Don't worry. I won't. I will not. Dar? Okay. I'll remember that. I'll take that note. Thank you for letting me know. Finish the event. I can focus on stream now. That is what I'll be doing this evening, Rex. I also have to finish the Umusume event. I'm so close. I need like, I think one more run to finish it. Not that I need to, but like, I should. It'd be the right thing to do. And I also pulled, Narita Top Road accidentally, even though I wanted Misho Dodo, and, got it. It's ending in a couple hours. Yeah, I think I'll have enough time. It doesn't end until after I finish stream. I don't think it ends until 8 p.m. my time. So I should have 2 more hours to do my final run that I need, but if I don't, it'll be okay. I'll be right. Okay, I should just chug the rest of my electrolyte, because it is almost 4 o'clock, and it's almost time where you would yell at me. Wow, my cup makes my face tracking stop working. You know, this is a good way to spend the ad break too, so nobody's really missing anything. I'll just drink. I'll focus. I'll go to have my yell gun ready. No! No! I've been a good little shroom! No need for yell gun! No! There we go, all done! All done! I did it! The ad break isn't even over yet. I'll even eat an extra peanut butter pretzel. Thank you for your approval. I deserve it. Alright, okay. What else do I have to say here? You look adorable. Thanks! I'm glad you think so. I really color cycle real crazy in my Halloween outfit. I did make me meet my... I did make me myself. Thank you. Good English. So, anyways, what was I saying? Fell asleep any models we've done so far? This is the second. We're not the quickest today. We only have 5 to do though, so I can be a little more lax about it. New here, enjoying the stream. I do have a question. Also, welcome. In your opinion, what's the most important factor for non-human designs? Like a VTuber that's an otter or a horse or something, but not a human version, if you have any. We've done a couple dedicated critique days for non-human designs, which did include like furries and also like anthropomorphic designs, robots, just like generally other creatures too. And I would say that still like the most important factor is that with a lot of those kinds of designs, if it's the kind of design where clothing is not being worn, you need to pay special attention to the proportioning of facial features and to hair colors and hair patternings in order to create designs that are sufficiently unique for VTubing. But if you are open to having clothing on that kind of character, having clothing, having layers, and picking a defined fashion sense can really go a long way to make the character design well and truly functional. I hope that helps a little bit, but yeah, research cannot be understated. I hear no drinking. I finished my beverage, I'll have you know. I finished it. I was a good little shroom and I ate it. Snap will check out those VODs. Thanks, I love how fresh your style is. Thanks, I'm glad you enjoy it. But yeah, I think at least 2 VODs about designs of that sort, so I hope you find them helpful. But thank you for stopping in. Aim come yet. Thank you for following also, I appreciate it. So anyways, back to our shwimp here before us. Decora, check, I see it. Oh, focal point. Focal point. Definitely the head. For as much as the tail can be a little bit distracting, you know, red is a really high chromic color. It's very attention grabbing, especially when it's very saturated. The level of detail around the face, the really bright light green, and the antennas that are pulling us in, they're radiating out of the face, they're creating sight lines that really want us to come and focus in here. There's more color here than anywhere else. There's more, not more contrast, but everything's brighter too. The clothing is much darker. For as much as I could see a claim that maybe the tie is distracting or this is distracting too, honestly, I am not looking. If I close my eyes and do like the open them test, close your eyes, open them and see where they go first test, they go right to the face immediately, without question. Full points. Hang on. Focal point. Full points. Yeah! Love the VTuber model. Looks sick. Thank you! I made it and designed it myself. I'm a little 3D modeler and I appreciate it. Gotta skedaddle. Good luck, Moss Cake! Thank you! Might be back depending. Good luck with your cleanup and also work if you can't make it back to us. But thank you for being here. Anyways. Oh, for concept motifs, put your shwimp in the upper part of your design just a little bit more, but you're so close. I can see the decora and the retail angle immediately so clearly. It's working very well. For your silhouette, let me hide my little edit and let's see if I can get a good silhouette check here. The background is all pink, but I think it's excluding the parts of your little antennas, but let's see how good of a silhouette test I can do here. Bam. Oops, hang on. Those are kind of isolated. Not too bad. I would say that that is a pretty recognizable silhouette. I enjoy the shape language happening here. Often, designs that don't have a ton of weight, where they're more or less one length all the way up and down, feel like they're missing something. But here, it more so feels like we're just emphasizing length. The head being so squared really makes a lot of sense, the shape language here. A lot of elements are very squared off, but then we have these nice little round areas that contrast it. So you are both dependable, as you should be, as a retail worker. That's what all those square shapes tend to tell us as viewers. And then you've got these nice round shapes. You're still friendly and approachable, which are also things that would benefit you as somebody who works in retail. But also, it goes so well with the Decora fashion style. Yeah, Decora is a type of J fashion. I wish I had that on my bingo for options. But I don't. Man, I actually don't think I get to check a single box on mine for this. Pastel colors I get to. I would consider most of the colors here pretty close to pastel. Hello? My mouse isn't working. But sadly, man, I don't have any of the good boxes for today. But for silhouette, I would say this is a pretty discernible silhouette. The big exaggerated hair accessories help a good bit too. The asymmetry in them as well. This one's bigger and higher, this one's lower, smaller. Earrings, the really sharp shapes on the side of the head. Yeah. Got the concept trifecta. Species, fashion, occupation. Yeah, exactly. But I would say silhouette, it's fine. It's got a little bit of natural asymmetry coming from the tail and from the way that the hair is done asymmetrically. I would say you're pretty recognizable. Man, have we said this before? I feel like when we had our last aquatic creature stream, I talked about how they tend to knock it out of the park because they are so specific with the way that they reference the creature and the way they pair it with other elements that it tends to work really well. I'm proud of you, aquatic creatures. Are they pigtails? Does it count as twin tails? I would count these as twin tails. They are little bits of hair pulled up on either side of the head in a semi-symmetrical manner. I would qualify that as pigtails, mayhaps. I don't know if I get to be the verdict, but I would say it qualifies mostly. What did I not talk about here? Color. I'm not having any issue with clarity. I can see all the edges properly. The color blocking was done in a smart way to make the head focal and to be realistic and grounded in the retail parts of the outfit. I can't really see a reason to take points off for that. I think it's fine. For complexity versus clarity, I do think that whoops, spoiler. I do think that some of the accessories in the hair could be larger. Right now, they're kind of small. Ooh, hang on, wait. Let me just copy and paste the whole thing. Like, we could just scale up most of the accessories so that you're taking up more space. They could also extend past the outer edge of the hair more. I'm not going to take the time to scale all of them up because I'm sure you guys can kind of imagine what I mean by it. But we do want there to be all this detail around the face. But when they're so small, we can't really read what any of them are at all. And it might be nice to be able to read what a couple of the shapes are. I just zoom in to even move them. They're so little. Like, I wouldn't know that that was a knife from any distance. And granted, that is kind of how Decora ends up being anyway. But it just will make a little bit more sense visually if they're just a little bigger. Colors are slightly more saturated and brighter in the real model. That's okay. We're critiquing the design for what we see here in the character design itself. That is an interpretation based off of the character design that we have here. Where, you know, it may be subjected to the particular stylizations that the artist who made it is particular to. Maybe. So many squares marked my bingo, but marked in all the wrong places. Goodness. I only have 2. Other than the free space marked on mine. I don't want to hear it. Where do you think she works? I think it'd be very funny. Also, they, them. Careful. I think they work probably at a store. I think it'd either be funny if they work at a store where they can buy parts of their Decora fashion, or if they're working at, like, a Home Depot, or working at, like, Staples, or working somewhere that's, like, totally counter to their fashion style. Either somewhere where they, like, kind of fit in, or somewhere that's the polar opposite of what you would expect given the Decora fashion style. I feel like that would be what would make it sort of even better as a bit. The combo, but I love this as a concept. This is so creative. But yeah, for complexity versus clarity, I would put it maybe here, just because I would like some of the details around the face to be a little bit larger so they read a little bit more clearly. Sorry, it's okay, don't worry about it. That's why I just remind everybody. So, for bonus points, I also gave them a bonus point because I was so endeared. I was like, this is so cute. Claire's or Staples, no in between. Do the Claire's employees have to wear a uniform like this? I don't remember. Heads up, I think the YouTube thumbnail is still black and white design crits. It should not be. Let me check. It shouldn't be. Don't tell me this is happening again, though. This has happened before, where for whatever reason, the thumbnail didn't update. No, it shows on my end that the thumbnail is set correctly. Man, this happened once before, where it thought I was critiquing Cookie Run Kingdom. I can, look. This is what the thumbnail is set as. How strange. Does it show that way to anyone else? Possible it just didn't load? Potentially, maybe. For you, but it's done this before. It might just be YouTube. Mine's wrong too. It's YouTube. They do this to me from time to time. I promise it's set correctly. It'll probably fix when the VOD is up. Can I send in my design? You can. If you do !critique, you can send that in. There is a queue, so it will not be today, but you are welcome to submit if you would like. Probably not on your end, but for some reason I only just got the live notification from Discord. That is also peculiar. I did send it a little bit late, but not this late. Yeah, jostle YouTube a little bit for me. I know Twitch has not been in everybody's good graces recently, but at least it's working right now, which is... I have to commend it on that much, because it wasn't working before. YouTube's usually kind of consistent, but it doesn't have all the things I wish it had. Hang on, we're on the wrong design right now also. But let me put a grade down here. What is this? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not a nat 10, but a 10 nonetheless. Good work, Shrimp. Man, 2 really high scores for my new rubric back to back is crazy. So there's still room for growth here, but I would say this is fantastic. The concept is definitely carrying in some capacity, as it should be. It's lovely. Can we do a ladder and then do a round of applause? I'm not giving you it. I'm not giving you the ladder. I'm not giving you the forgot to do a ladder points, because I don't even have it on my bingo. If I don't have it on my bingo, you're not allowed to have it. Unless I well and truly forget, which may still happen. Okay, then the tail is down here. That's right there. These are all, like, totally in different places. Bottom of the tie. I mean, I'd probably consider that as pretty centered. Belt. It's part of the back of the tie. The, whatchamacallit, the name tag, which does help also convey the angle of being retail. Underside of the hair. Underside of the earrings. The collar. The eyes, the bottom of the hair, which is only on one side of the head, bottom of the antennas, bottom of this bow. Honestly, I'd probably draw this as like a diagonal a little bit, and then that one's kind of a diagonal too because they're not symmetrical. Top of this piece of hair, top of that piece of hair, top of the antennas. I'm gonna guess that nobody would want to climb this. What edits did I make? There we go. Nope. Yeah, the aquatic peeps do seem to know what's up. GTG. Enjoy your afternoon, evening, morning. Enjoy your time zone. But thank you for being here. Mine's a vampire squid. Oh, neat. Hell yeah. Oh, I can stick that in the future folder for aquatic designs. That's right, I noticed. Title says aquatic, but the thumbnail is black and white. Yeah, that's what's been happening. Wrong version of my subscription page, but it's right on your channel page. Yep, that means it's YouTube. And yes, this is in fact a dangerous ladder. There's a lot of clustering around the waist, which is surprising, but I also just didn't draw a line for every element in the hair. Good asymmetry throughout, good level of detail, good clustering in the upper body, good variety of spacing between our rungs. Well and truly an interesting ladder that... no shot. No shot any of you are climbing this. Not... never. Good work. Turn back on our edits. Whoops, not that one. But yay! Good work. Let me save these so I can close them and free up some of my computer resources so my computer is less mad at me. Sometimes it gets annoyed during stream while I have a lot of images open, which makes sense. It's a lot of work. Can I get my foot between the rungs? Nope. I wouldn't suggest trying. Diagnose this ladder with I'd win. I am going to watch you do that, wait approximately 5 minutes to witness you try, and then I'm going to diagnose you with, major spinal trauma. Then again, there was never a ladder that defeated me. That may change. Never mind, I'm back. Well, welcome back. So, here is Sticky. I'm going to do something fast, quick, immediately right now, which most of you can probably guess what I'm doing. I'm Twitch TOSing. You can have your clothing be shaped this way. This person, I think, is mostly active on Twitter anyway. So this isn't really much of an issue for where they're active on their platform. But, like, gotta go like that. Oh, well, yeah, actually, I think that's fine, yeah. Active on Twitter as a VGen, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're going to be a streamer on Twitch, at the very least, you will have to change your neckline. But if you're just active on Twitter and on VGen, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. This is a bikini. I might have to just totally redirect where the lines are going just a little bit, but I just wanted to preserve the general idea without myself getting whacked. And yes, they do have make adult content, so do be careful if you are searching them. Careful. But anyways, this is Sticky, she, her, at Stickybus. Concept for my design is a Y2K flamboyant cuttlefish girl. Another good one-sentence explanation. Cuttlefish, Y2K, flamboyant. Interesting. Okay, I see. So, right off the bat, there is a lot of detail happening here, but I don't think the silhouette is benefiting from most of it, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna clip what I just did down onto a version, so that way I can do a silhouette check. But for as much detail there is in the body, the only part that's really adding to the silhouette is at the very bottom, and then this little ahoge right at the top. Love design, nailed the squid hair in my opinion. Sorry, I got confused. You're good, don't worry about it. I will say, they do read a little bit more like a squid right now, which is kind of hard. I guess the distinction between cuttlefish and squid visually doesn't have a lot of difference to it. But yeah, it's kind of blob shaped. It's kind of, we'll use our art words, it's a little bit phallic right now, which is kind of funny in association with them being an adult creator. And then also, yeah, it is, I see somebody saying it's got an IUD silhouette. A little bit, she kind of does. But sort of my point that I would want to make here is that we can add a lot more interest around the edges of the body. There's so many elements that could be contributing more. I think we just need to exaggerate them. Where, you know, if I were to take, whoops, these tentacles on the side of the head. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Ow. That was an incredibly intense sneeze. Why did that happen like that? I tried to warn you I was sneezing, and I sneezed while I was trying to warn you. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for all the blesses and the health. And the gesundheit. Oh my god. Me getting in the way of my own coziness with aggressive sneezing. Cuttlefish are cuter than squids though. Really? You think so? Interesting. So what I'm gonna do here is I am just going to exaggerate some elements so that way they play a larger role in the outside edge of the design. So I'm gonna take them, stick them there, grab my, whatchamacallit, oh, it's gonna make everything like really weird and wide right now. Probably you would want to redraw it optimally and not be lazy like me, but it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. There. Like this. See the difference? And we can still make them like nice and like bulky if we want them to feel well and truly thick and round. Because we do tend to associate cuttlefish with being a little more cuddly, a little rounder mayhaps. Kind of orby, which is cute, like fluffy birds but squiddish. Yeah, yes, cuttlefish, that's a good explanation to it. Hope that lets up Sniffle Central. I haven't sneezed. I don't know why I sneezed. I haven't been sneezing at all today. That was just a rogue one for no good reason. But that will add more to the silhouette. Now we're adding more emphasis to the top part. I think the hair, if the hair had a bigger overall shape, could be used to look more like that sort of, I don't know what to call it, like the frilled edge of the cuttlefish. Let me open a picture of a cuttlefish so I can show you what I'm talking about. She does have the right eye shape for a cuttlefish though, but do you see these things? They're so ruffly and lacy almost. Where I feel like we could get something like that out of the hair maybe? But the hair itself, I am realizing it's mostly hidden. The hair is braids, which, if you think about it, could be used to greater effect to mimic the tentacles of the cuttlefish. When I'm looking at pictures of cuttlefish, I'm not really seeing cuttlefish having the two, like, really big, long, diamond-shaped tentacles like a squid has. They seem to have all their tentacles be short and kind of narrow. And I'm wondering if we could mimic that with having a bunch of smaller braids as opposed to having the really long braids and the really long tentacles all the way down in the back. As cool as they are for silhouette, they aren't reading as cuttlefish-like as they may need to. What color is her eyes? Hard for me to read. We'll get to color here in a little bit, but her eyes are yellow, pink, and green. All the colors in the design. Get gaslit to Google cuttlefish. That's a Subnautica creature? Yeah, no. Cuttlefish is spelled with T's, not D's. Not quite. Bunch of smaller braids or bigger and fluffier braids? I mean, they could still be fluffy little braids. They don't have to just be small. They can still be fluffy. But that might be something that would work well for silhouette and for the species too, because right now it is feeling just a little bit too squid. And it'll help for our silhouette too. So let me just like do a little bit of cover up here so we can just play around. Because that will allow the body shape to add to the silhouette a little bit too. Add the sock shape to the silhouette. Bam, let me just like weep, wop, weep, wop, whoop. Have you guys seen those memes where it's usually, I mean, I've seen them on TikTok where it's somebody who's going, I can't do this anymore. And it's the, instead of saying, say instead, I can't do this anymore. Instead of saying that, say, and then it's like a VTuber or an artist or like a character or something saying what they say. I want to make a Squiiji one of those. Instead of saying, I can't do this anymore, say, bear with me. Or just like me making the random strange noises I make when I'm making edits to designs. I know, yeah. Yeah, the one is hitting VTuber Twitter right now. But I think I'd do well for that. But yeah, so these can still be like real long ones that are curled, but make them impact your outer silhouette. Exaggerate their shapes more. Woo, yeah. Making them striped does also help clarify that this is a cuttlefish, but the amount of contrast in the stripes right now isn't really enough for them to read very well from a distance. But for your braids, I do think the braids might work better if you had littler ones, like this. And then we can still make them real nice and fluffy. I'm just giving myself like a guideline to figure out where to put them. You could still have like your like although I fear I may have made this look too jellyfish-like with this shape, with being how short I've made them. They might need to be kind of sleek because the cuttlefish limbs are sort of sleek. Let me see. Bit like that might be a little bit more cuttlefish-y, perhaps. Which I have a bingo thing for uwu/cat mouth. You're right! Hang on, let me write that down. I've got bingo patch notes as a list right now too, which includes a couple of things, but I'll add 3 mouth. Or, yeah, there we go. Add, there we go, good. Cuttlefish tendrils are thicker and smooth for grabbing stuff. Ah, so maybe if they don't have as much contrast, they can still be real thick and bumpy, but not quite as bumpy as I had just drawn them. And then I think her hair had a gradient to it that made it lighter on the ends, which we could still do. Put this on here and then I'll blur it. There we go. But then that might be a little bit more in keeping with the cuttlefish itself. And if you especially draw them in a way that isn't perfectly symmetrical, that will help to loosen the model up a little bit. Because the other thing I have to say about silhouette right now is that the design is completely symmetrical in a way that I'm not sure is very beneficial. The only thing that's adding asymmetry is the bang shape and your hoge on top of your head. And for the fashion style that you've chosen, I do know that our current sensibility about what Y2K was, if you're going for that sort of Y2K futuristic kind of look, we do associate it with a decent amount of symmetry, but we don't have to make it too symmetrical. We can add little elements that are asymmetrical to it too. We're like, what if this star was only on one side and you had a different keychain on the other, and this one, hang on, I can't draw anything. This one has like another band on it that hangs down lower, and I can put the green outline on it so we can see it a little better. So you have the star on this hip, and what if, you know, other things that they liked in the ages of Y2K, which is the 2000s, stars were popular, hearts were popular, but you could just have a different kind of star over here. What if you have a star keychain that's dangling instead of having one that is shaped like this? Oops, did I use white there? Hang on. Cover this. But like, what if you had like interlinked stars? Interlinked. I can't draw a star. Oh god. Pretend this is a much better star than I'm drawing, but then you could still have like, okay, here's my other little star that's under it. Just gonna break the edge of the body and add a silhouette, and then you can have like a cutout inside of it too. But then you're not perfectly symmetrical. We're adding things to your silhouette in an interesting way. I've seen a lot of Y2K tops that had really interesting straps with the way that they work across the chest. And even just adding like one strap like that could be something very interesting that adds a little bit of movement across the body. Even if it's not adding to your silhouette, it'll still feel a little bit looser. It's a little stiff. I think about Y2K, I think about that monkey with the weird mouth. What monkey are you talking about, Nilo? I don't know that one. They do have 2 longer tentacles and then 8 smaller arms. What I call tendrils above for differentiation. Ah, I see, okay. Plus the design is currently very symmetrical. Yes, the design is currently very symmetrical, and you could benefit from making it less symmetrical in general. So, something. You don't have to do something exactly like what I've done, but as somebody who lived in the time period that you are referencing, I saw things like this. And it may be worthwhile to include in the design. Potentially. Halfway done on bingo? Oh man, slow down. Leave some of the rest of us. Bandana / mantle could stand to be more prominent to really sell the cuttlefish idea. That's also true, potentially. I wonder if the bandana could be, like, frillier, too. Although I don't want it to read like a maid headdress, maybe. But if the bandana, instead of being so flat, we might be more likely to read it as a bandana if we could see it, like, coming up behind the head, off to one side or the other, where like we can see that it's going down here, but like this is behind. I'm not doing a great job of drawing what that would make sense to be in perspective, but just as a suggestion. Didn't realize it was a bandana, but see, to make it clear that it's a bandana, we may need to show that it's like coming down here under the head behind the hair and then tying off at the base of the neck or something. Too, because that's where it would be. It would go to the underside of the hair, right? Naturally, and then you could see like, okay, here's like the tie back here or something. And then that's gonna further frame the face a little bit, but that might make it clear that it's that. Is there a Twitch TOS issue with their chest since you can see the sides, or I'm just remembering the rules? Are you allowed to see the sides on Twitch? I actually can't remember. Because what they define as being side or not is kind of hard to determine. Because I know you can show as much cleavage as you want. No underbust, though, which is what I've covered. This person's mostly active on Twitter anyway, so for them, it may just be, like, not even applicable. The only reason I covered stuff is because I need to not get bonked, mayhaps. Hello. Hi, Guy. How's it going? I'm good. How are you? Looking at some fantastic fish. Checking? Oh, thank you, Rex. I appreciate it. Twitch definitions give me a headache. Fair. Most of us probably can understand what that's like. But okay, we've made modifications to silhouette, added a little bit more asymmetry, clarified the bandana a little bit. I do think as far as color goes, your color choices themselves aren't inherently bad. I do love a good primary palette, and you've added green to it too. You've got a lot of colors in the palette. Almost red, pink, blue, and green, so primary plus green. But I do think that you are suffering a little bit for the choice of line color right now, where there's not a lot of clarity with edges, especially if I zoom out. I do lose your entire head. The only thing I can really read from a distance is the bottom half of your body, because there's a lot more contrast. There's clearer color blocking too. Your hair is very similar to your skin color. And in the lower body, your hair, now that I've moved it, isn't touching any of those edges. But where it is touching your shoulders is a little bit confusing, and I haven't made it any better, unfortunately, right now. Oh, is unrestricted as long as the coverage requirements are met. Clear that the streamer is wearing clothing, no underbust. Okay, so side bust is okay here in this circumstance. Peeking on Twitch looks, throws a shirt on for the occasional Twitch stream. That makes sense. That's probably the best thing to do in this circumstance, because, like, if you want to have a design that is revealing like this, there's nothing wrong with that. You just can't do it on Twitch, unfortunately. So I guess just having that toggle is the best solution for a lot of people. For me, I'm just covering it so we can look at the design itself also. But as I was saying, we get a correction layer. I'm just slurp up all your saturation so we can see what the clarity thing that's happening is. Do we see this? The hair and the face are blending together a lot because despite there being changes in the undertone, there's actually no change in value at all. Even the brighter parts of the hair out here that are yellow, that I copied from somewhere else, are the exact same value as the skin is. So I would push you to either darken or lighten one of those elements. Oh, we've been raided. Hello. Shroommates, can you rotate for the raiders, please? Hi, Mari. How are you? I'm Squiiji, freelance artist Fungi, art educator. Right now I'm multi-classing as a mage. I'm an OG Oyster Mushroom Mage right now for the month of October. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate. Today we are doing Vtuber Design Critiques for Aquatic Fellas. We're looking at Sticky right now, a cuttlefish. Oh, I guess we're not looking at that. We're looking at me now, but we were looking at Sticky, a cuttlefish, Y2K flamboyant cuttlefish girl, perhaps. But hi, welcome in. Mods, thank you for getting the shout out, very kind of you. What were you up to, Mari? How was your stream? If you guys are unfamiliar with Mari, Mari is a fantastic artist and also just a silly little, also Y2K themed fella. If you are unawares, you should maybe take a look-see into what Mari is up to. I was playing Super Mario 64. I have such good memories with that game. I was just telling the Shroommates earlier today that I just reacquired a ton of my childhood games from my parents' house over the weekend. And Mario 64 for the DS is among them. And I think I also have it for the original cartridge too, I think we found. But I only played it on the DS. I never played it before that. Just Super Mario 64, but the model was Mari? Wait, I haven't seen... Do you have a low poly Mari model? I have not seen it. I'm going to Twitter immediately. Do you have it on there? Let me see, hang on. I want to see. Gaia, thank you for following on here. So awesome to follow here too. Oh, thank you. I see you came over from YouTube, yeah. Let me see. Oh my gosh, your Pokemon trainer looks just like you. Oh my god, wait. Shroommates, look at this. Hang on. I love these. Aki Orange has a Mario 64 low poly model. I think Yomi also has one. It's so cute. Look at this little guy. You look so smug. Birthday present for my viewers. It's perfect. It is perfect. I love this. Also did Aki. Oh, really? Wait, so Gelox was you? Were you the one who made it? You did a good job. It's cute. It's sick. It is so silly. And it does look just like you. I love the little hair thing. Oh, I tried tagging, it didn't show up. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, I see in your post, but I snagged it from on Twitter, that it has the credit there for it too. I should learn how to do modding stuff like that, because as a low poly modeler myself, I wanted to put myself in Wind Waker so bad. because I also saw Aki in Wind Waker, and I could totally do the modeling. I just don't know how to do the setup for any of that. But it's so neat. I hope you had fun with it. How far did you get? Did you throw that bomb-on man off the tower? Did you do any penguin racing? What else is the meaning of that game? Did you womp on that fortress real hard? I hope it was good though. If you, Mari, and any of your fellows need to do things like eating or drinking or snorkeling, please take care of yourselves. If you want to stick around and hang out, you are always welcome to do so. I got 32 stars? Wow, that's pretty impressive. How long were you streaming? I can't say I'm especially quick at Mario 64. Skip to the final boss. Did you do, what do you call it? The back jump? What is it? No. Oh, there's a word for it. BLJ? Yeah. Backwards long, yes, backwards long jump is what it is. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was never very good at that one, but that takes some skill to do. That's impressive. Good work. Hell yeah, a little Mari speed run. Seen Aki mod herself in basically everything. It's cute. It is cute. It's very inspiring. I would love to be part of it. Is that Blossom from the anime? This is Mari-kun from Mari-kun. Impossible to do it when your hand is tired? Oh no, was it a struggle? I tried really hard to do it once upon a time. When we played it in my family, my sister and I were so little the first time it was played near us that my father played through the whole game and we watched it over his shoulder. But then when we tried to play it ourselves, we heard that was a thing you could do. And we tried to do it for hours and could not. Easy at first, and I stopped being able to do it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Did you get a little bit of hubris where you did it once and were like, here, I'll show you how to do it again. And just kept doing it? I would imagine it's pretty particular with the button input, like timing, I guess. Yeah. Mari-kun of Mari-kun fame. Worked the first 3 times. Oh no! First 3 times means how many times were there after that, I wonder. That I couldn't know. Oh god. I mean, I respect you already because I can't do it in the first place, but I hope you had a good time with it. I gotta lock in for our critiques, but if you fellas would like to stick around and hang out and participate in our Vtuber Design Critiques, you are welcome to do so. If you'd like to suggest your critiques or suggest edits we can make, you are welcome to do so. If you need to take care of yourself though and step away and post-stream care and all those things, to do those things, prioritize them. Yes, we do also have bingo, if that is enticing at all. If you would like to play bingo, it's pinned at the top. I'm losing. I have not gotten a lot of bingo points today. We have so many things that we can check boxes for that we've seen today, and I just don't have any of them, unfortunately. Oh wait, this kind of has body harnesses a little bit. Not really, though. It's got, like, lacing and buckles in the center of the stomach. I'll count it. Forcefully. Lots of lace or ruffles. Amber, where do you see ruffles? I think there's one ruffled trim here at the bottom of the skirt, but I don't see it anywhere else. I don't know if that's a lot. I think it counts. Don't know. Does this count as I have to pee? Yes. The toes are touching. They are pointing in. Not one of the more intense versions of that we've seen, but I would count that as the have to pee pose. Yeah, it does count. Shh, you count it. Okie dokie. Hey. I am the arbiter of the bingo laws. What I say goes. Except when I try and accidentally cheat to give myself a victory. Then it doesn't count. The last 10 minutes of stream, what I say doesn't count anymore. Glacier Willow and Zigzag Asteroid. Thank you guys for following. I appreciate it. Dark Souls boss title, Squiiji, Arbiter of Bingo. Oh, that's me. They could put a nice, like, one of those, like, bingo roller cages around my head, and I fight by, like, spitting balls at you. That would be kind of scary, right? What if the yellow in her eyes counts for gold eyes? I guess you could kind of count the gold in her eyes as gold eyes, maybe. But what we're getting at here is that she is very low contrast right now. She is in need of a good deal of contrast. So I'm just using black right now to do a little bit of placing of value. I think right now, because one of the things I never want to edit is skin tone. I want to leave the skin tone exactly as people have it, so I'm going to push the values of things that are around it, maybe, so that way we can have just a little bit more clarity. EG scales of an accessory real. I love exaggeration. is so real. I feel like that's real for so many artists, especially ones who have like any amount of cartoony nature contained within them. I was trained in the sensibilities of the cartoony aesthetics in a way that doesn't always jive with anime designs. But like, as a VTuber, if your viewer can't see the elements because they're so small when you are in your little old VTuber corner down here, why even have them? We gotta make them clear to everybody. So here, let me just block a bunch of this in. Wow, there we go, good. Did Vtuber Design Critiques maybe twice in my life, and most of them were that? Yeah. I watched one of your VTuber Design Critiques. You did a good job. But yeah, I did see a lot of that happening. I feel like it's one of those things that in a lot of anime style designs, because they're trying to do like the gotcha level of detail thing, I feel like a lot of them end up with those really teeny tiny elements. And in a gotcha game, a lot of the detail is just to make you think more detail, more better. And it doesn't have to be something that reads from a distance because they're only adding it to get you to spend your money, and you do spend your money. So it worked the way they wanted it to work. But as a VTuber, don't do that, because then people aren't going to want to draw fan art of you as much. It's going to be harder for us to just figure out what's going on visually. We can say yes, thank you to many a gacha game, but probably mostly Genshin Impact, at least originally, for that being the way things work. I'm not doing a great job of coloring this in, but I'm doing just enough so that way you can see what I mean, where clarity! Do we see how we have now? Separation between the head and the body. Probably pick a different tone, don't pick the same one for the hair and the shirt here, but it does at least need to not be the same as the skin tone in this area. Bam. And now it reads even better. Honestly, I could just not be lazy and rip this to its own separate layer here. Cut, paste, and then I'm gonna turn it down. I don't know if it has to be quite that dark there. But clarity from a distance. Look, we can make out all the different parts of the body now, whereas before we were sort of ending up in a little bit of a miasma in the upper half of the head, probably just a bit. StarKid777, thank you for following. Also, Virgin IOHG, thank you for following as well. I appreciate it. VTubers try to emulate gacha game characters because the characters are very popular. Yes, that, and also, yeah, popular anime characters for sure. For sure. So hang on, where was I? These could probably also just use more clarity. Hang on. Whoop. In shading. I'm not going to take the time to put all the shading on this design just because, you know, this is not a fully completed drawing anyway. This is definitely just a sketch for placement. But even if you just had, like, something dropped in here that blurs. Whoops, that's not a blur brush. Hang on. Nope. Try again. I gotta finish the shape here. There we go. That, like, tapers out to give us the depth. That would help. Doesn't have to be that dark. But now we're just placing our values. We're kind of sculpting. We're pushing and pulling things. So we can see them a little bit clearer in space. This video that mentioned EG's plushification test also said don't do the Genshin Impact over designing. They did! And after Corey had said I was mentioned in it, I thought that's where they were going to bring me up. Because I talk about that in my VTuber Design Pet Peeves video that I'd made years ago. I thought they were going to talk about that, or maybe about the, what do you call it, fantasy formal wear, but no, they went for plushification, which honestly, I'd rather they reference that. I don't need more, we don't need to rehash the swinging at the hornet's nest that I once upon a time accidentally did. But there we go, so, clarity. It's gonna look awful when I turn this off because all of these shading colors would need to be tuned to whatever's under them. Honestly, wait, hang on, if I go like this, nope, hang on. If I grab this from here, copy it, and then paste it here. What am I doing? Hang on. I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. No, wait, I have a plan. Hang on. Trying to make it so I can visualize it with having like decent color. Make this normal. Clip this to that. I need the colors from this back out here, but I think I grabbed the wrong one. It's fine. Hang on. If I go like this, it'll be okay. There. And there. Beautiful. Okay. And then this is the multiply layer. There we go. I got it. I knew what I was doing. So now you can see what I'm talking about, where I've darkened those values. They may need to be darkened even further than the way that they are right now, but hang on, make this normal. And then full darkness, and then I can tune it down just a bit here. But that's gonna add a little bit more clarity in there. Just more shading, but yeah, small difference does help a lot. Question, if you have any inspirations for a VTuber design that you want to integrate into your avatar, what is your advice on avoiding making the design look overwhelming? Don't add details if they are not something that is going to help us to understand your concept better. So I know that it can be alluring to add elements to a design just because they're things that we like. I did it. Not on this model, but on my usual model, that is my year-round non-Halloween one. I have orange glasses because I like Vash the Stampede. Trigun. Still mad at Trigun, by the way. But I like Vash the Stampede, so I added orange sunglasses, which is just a reference to the fact that he wears them. Because I didn't have a ton of other details in my design, it just added the level of detail that I needed. I'm very pared down. So it could be something where, you know, you're pulling a reference in the form of an accessory, or you're modifying something, you're synthesizing two ideas together, but try and keep the other concepts you've chosen. You may just have to be okay with the fact that you should nix them, unfortunately. Sometimes less is more, and especially in VTuber designs, less can absolutely be more effective. And just more effective is what I mean. Yeah. Make a VTuber that's a hydrothermal vent with the body parts and clothes made out of bacteria and tube worms. And Darium, you need to make these things real, I swear to God. We gotta teach you like photo bashing or something so you can pitch these to like people who make VTuber adopts or something. I want to see what this ends up looking like in reality. But yes, also the plushification test. If you're trying to make your design into a cute little marketable plush.
Hey, Okoyo, it's me, Gary. Oh, anyways, EG, do you know sign language? If so, can you sign your name?
I can't.
Totally
I can't
not
sign my name.
Zeus at all.
I can't sign my name in sign language. I don't know if it'll track very well. Oh wait, hang on. What is Q? I haven't been given a sign language name for Squiiji. I have a sign language name for my real name. Wait, what is Q? I don't think I've finger spelled Q in a long time. Hang on. Usually I just go, wait, hang on, wait, I'm tracking. Wait. Here, I'll come up close. Give me an I. There's my I, my second I. You just slide over. J, which is just the I, but it loops down, and then I. Pointer and thumb. Oh, it is, it's downwards. You're right, I forgot. It's this one. Oh, it's not tracking. It's not tracking, because I can do S, Q, U, I, J, I. Does anyone want to bestow upon me a sign language name for Squiiji? EG is very easy to sign. I just go, and it looks kind of funny, but it doesn't quite work. Does this count as EG signing their name? No. Doing sign language to say your name is not in any way a legally binding way of doing your name. You thought you got me? No, I actually got you. Get gotten. Anyways. Hold on, the plushie thing? Would that work with the Genshin gacha games too? Have you seen the plushies from those games? Have you seen just how much of their details get nuked in the plushies? And have you seen how some of the characters only vaguely resemble themselves in the game? I would say it does highlight the struggle that they tend to have with level of detail. Quite efficiently. But anyways, hang on, we gotta focus here. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I'm still only on the third design. So, more contrast. Oh man, my multiply layer didn't even increase the contrast that much because the saturation is so high. I would need to do a lot more for it, but generally, more contrast. Make sure your values aren't exactly the same between your skin and other elements so we can tell them apart more easily. Also, you may just benefit in general from having an overall darker line art color too, where you can sometimes get away with having things be a little bit lower in contrast if you have a darker line art color. But a lot of your line art is colored, and the colors you've chosen for them are still very much mid-tones. So, push those darker instead of pushing them more saturated as well, because it is a little bit hard to read. But I wouldn't say it's a total loss. The color choices themselves do work nicely. They add a nice positive vibe, which I think is effectively causing us to read your personality correctly. But more clarity, perhaps. Any hard of hearing or deaf people in the chat, hit them up. Hit me up! I can't give myself a name. I used to know a lot more sign language because I'm also hard of hearing, but I've lost it because I haven't practiced it in like 3 years. I used to know a ton, which is really sad, but if you don't use it, you'll lose it, unfortunately. If you drew the sign language symbols in the Death Note, would you die? I would think not. That's not really spelling. I don't think it's the same. Holy concrete Batman. Yeah, the designs are nuked in the plushies. Exactly. I know what I'm talking about, at least a little bit, mayhaps. Silhouette. Did we even talk? Oh, we did talk silhouette. A little bit hard to read. It was a little bit too similar in width all the way up and down, and a little bit too symmetrical. So I'd probably put it like here-ish. For concept and motifs, I see the Y2K angles. I feel like we could push it a little bit more with the fashion. And also, we could make the hair shape a little bit more specific so we could read the cuttlefish angle more clearly, because it was reading as a squid instead before. So I might put it here. You've got a lot of things working in the right direction, but we need just a little more of a push. For complexity versus clarity, I think the level of detail itself is totally fine. You've got spots all over the place. You've got some accessories that feel specific. Your shirt felt pretty specific. We could push it just a little bit more, but all the clarity issues are just coming from color. So I don't really take any particular issue with the detail level here. You'd plushify probably pretty all right. For focal point, that's gonna be our final area here. Let's see. Turn off all my edits. Bam. Technically, I would have to turn this off too. Oh, wait, hang on. I have to turn these off too. But I do think that the focal point here, either way, I see Rex is saying the chest. Psychologically, that's an interesting answer here. I'm not going to analyze you on that one, because if I close my eyes and open them and see where my eyes go, I go to the knees. Because there's not a lot of really bright colors kind of anywhere else. Not the chest, but the bra top. Okay, I see. I mean, it is pretty saturated, and we don't get a lot of that color. Hip/crotch. Okay, I could see this area as well. All these really flat whites, I think, are very distracting right now, just because they're the only thing that really has any contrast in the design right now. Once you push the contrast of the hair and other elements, those things may be corrected. I think they're a little right. Bra top takes my eye, so we've got the pink and green. Interesting. Skirt's kind of noticeable, but also you did edit it, so it's difficult to tell if it'd be otherwise. Yeah, the skirt I think I'm making more noticeable, but I'm still, if I close my eyes and open them, I look right at the knees first, like right off the bat, unfortunately. Trust me, not physically attracted to chest. I'm not saying that you would be. I'm saying that sometimes I, as an asexual person, also accidentally will find it hard to ignore the way that they are shaped or something like that. And I think it's just one of those like societal things where when we are seeing something like that exaggerated, it's hard to not notice it. That the skirt edit the knees. Yeah, the feet are also kinda, I mean, yeah, the brown that's down here I think is actually the darkest color in the whole design, potentially. Yeah, sometimes you just can't help it. Even I'm an asexual and I still can't help it. Sometimes you just can't look away. Which often, maybe that's what people want when they have it on display in that capacity, maybe, but who knows. Do your best to make eye contact, shroommates. Be good people. Wouldn't you use Braille on the Death Note? Braille is not for deaf people. Deaf people can read. I mean, for somebody who's blind, they could use Braille, and I feel like that would also work, though. But anyways, I do think the focal point is the knees currently. Your eyes could have something much brighter or much darker to make them much more focal. And we could probably push the legs a little bit darker and the skirt a little bit darker. So that way they are not as focal. But right now, the face is really low contrast. There's more detail in other places. I would say that the focal point isn't really working at all for me right now, almost. Wait for her back. Hey, VTubers aren't real. She will never have back problems because she's not real. She doesn't have to worry about it. This is how you can live your best life. If that is the life you wish you had, this is how you can live it with none of the consequences, which is fantastic. I'm here for it. But anyways, I did think the design was cute anyways. I was a fan of the fashion choices with the leg warmers that are like thigh highs paired with sandals. That's a Y2K thing if I've ever seen it. Low-waisted clothing was also very popular in the Y2K era, so like, you nailed the fashion. It was endearing to me. The bandana also. I could see Ashley Tisdale wearing a PG version of this on the red carpet, the Disney red carpet. Probably relatively easily. So I would commend you for that. Ashley Tisdale pants for sure. Yeah, I've seen her in low-rise miniskirts also. But I thought it was very endearing. So here is our point distribution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 out of 10. So I think we can still push this design a little bit further, but it is cute in of itself, and I was endeared by it already. Good work, Sticky! The Zach and Cody blonde. Yes, otherwise known as... I'm surprised that's what you know her from, is from Zach and Cody and not from High School Musical. Sharpay Evans. Also, Candace from Phineas and Ferb. What else was she in? She was a bunch of other stuff, though. Do you play any new gen games like Hollow Knight? Are you saying that because you saw my Twitter post about my favorite games? I think the only current games that I play are Uma Musume, I play Against the Storm, and that actually might be it. No? Oh, okay. Maybe just miscellaneous question. I should tell those two apart when their show was on. Oh, Zach and Cody? Oh yeah, I can easily tell Zach and Cody apart when I was a kid. They look similar, but their faces were very different. I could tell. But there we go. 6.5 out of 10. Round of applauses. I'll give you the forgot a... Oh wait, that's rotating. I mean, I can rotate too, I guess, but I wanted to clap. I'll give you the forgot to ladder check it. There we go. Bam.
Controversial take: why sometimes I see 9 or 10 designs have very low marketability and no mass appeal, but lower score designs have higher marketability and higher popular appeal.
Why sometimes I see them? Low marketability and no mass appeal, but lower score designs have higher marketability and higher popular appeal. Let me think about that for a second, because that could be something that is occurring. Let me draw my lines while I ponder my orb about it. I'm wondering if for this particular design, I think the appeal angle is because the design has elements that are more specific fashion-wise, which are totally unrelated to the decrease of points, though. The decrease of points is just the contrast level. So it may just be coincidence often, but I will say often some of those like mass appeal or higher marketability elements do end up being too high contrast and distracting in a character design if they are not handled effectively. You've drawn a line at your added top section. I'm not exactly sure what's there. Oh wait, you're right. My added top section didn't have anything there. I drew that line across. You're right. Thank you, Amber. Neck part, chin part. Oh wait, did I also... No, that's for the belt. Okay, hang on. I thought I drew a line for the top of this, but that's for the belt in the center. Eyes. Top of head. I'm being generous by drawing some of these lines as well in the hair, because they're not really adding a visual line because of the low contrast. Like, this would technically be one for the hanging parts on the side of the head. In a streamer space, as long as they're nice enough to look at, their entertainment can pull a lot. That's also true. I would agree with that, potentially. Let me take a look-see at the ladder. Oh, a little more regular than I was expecting, considering some of the previous designs we looked at, but, you know, still good clustering, not a lot of repetition of width, a little bit happening here, but not that much. Definitely hard to climb to get past the legs area on, though. Not too bad. Let me turn that off so I can save this, though. Turn back on my edits, wherever those were hiding. I should clip this to the design, potentially. There we go. Save that. Close it. Semi-climbable, still wouldn't want to. Yeah, I don't think I would suggest it. I still think an OSHA employee would say no under most circumstances to any attempts made to climb that. I think they would probably want to destroy it before you even got close, maybe. So glad I got caught one of your streams. Trying to start VTubing at some point myself, and I've been watching all your VTuber tips videos for the past couple months. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Good luck in getting started. It is so rewarding, but do be patient with it and do give everything the true time it needs. Cook on it. Iterate on it. You've got it. But I'm glad you've been enjoying my videos. Thank you for stopping by. Curse, curse, curse. Pour salt instead of sugar. Nyla, why are you doing that to Selma? Why would you want that? Aren't you guys in the same strange organization? Doll anglerfish. Yeah, doll-like anglerfish. Truly just a single sentence is the way for the aquatic VTubers today. I think for her username being teared to pieces, her clothing does make sense. Very ripped and torn up, which is a good moment where we can add some asymmetry. But yeah, she's a little anglerfish. I love the repetition of having anglerfish, her little dangly light, and then having these little beaded elements on the edge of her hoop skirt. Good repetition moment here. But this is Charm, she, her, teared to pieces on Instagram. I don't have an Instagram, so I couldn't check how active she is on Instagram, but she has an Instagram. I saw it exists, but I didn't get much further than that. Loving the muted colors, I also agree. This is a little bit analogous, just a little bit. Using my famines to check, thanks. I don't use Instagram, they were mean to me on there. Finish all your videos on my alt account in 2 days? Oh my god, 2 days? Oh my god, that's fast. I'm glad you enjoyed them, what the heck? Desperate for new content. I have a video I've been editing for a long time and I just haven't finished, but eventually there'll be a new edited video out. Eventually. Such a vibe. Yes, she is such a vibe. Her clothing, I would say this is a lot of ruffles. This is a lot of lace and ruffles. So for the bingo fellas, here you go. Last one needed more asymmetry. Slut was not a blob though. I'm just gonna make sure there were some interesting cutouts on that one. I did add a gradient. I didn't add the gradient to the bottom, but I would have. So I don't think I can count that. Lots of lace and ruffles. And this one. This is an analogous palette. Have I gotten exceedingly off topic? I don't think I have. I need a 3D model for bingo. Amber, sadly, I don't think I can help you. I don't know if I can save you right now. Insta doesn't exist? No, I found it. What do you mean? I found it earlier. If I just Google searched teared to pieces, it came up. Make sure you tell Google to correct it. There's also a TikTok under this name. Oh wait, but it couldn't find it. Hello? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, what is this? Is there a deviant art? Oh wait, that's just the name of the post that was put there. Hope the spelling is correct. I think the spelling's correct. So this page isn't available. I wonder if they privated their account? But like I am seeing posts under an account with this name from May. Oh dear, why does this keep happening? I had something earlier. They have a Pinterest. Which based on seeing some of these Pinterest images, I can see references that may make sense for this design also from the Pinterest. We're never winning this battle against whether or not people are still around. Keep wanting to say this is my last resort because of the username. Wait, how does that go? Tear my heart into pieces. This is my last resort. Can totally see somebody cosplaying, especially with LED lights. Yeah, I can see that too. Has anyone qualified for overcomplicated design? Don't think so. So now I turn to the council. I don't think any of them have. They've all had okay level of detail. I'm going to pursue this one because I think this person is active. They may just have a private account. Sorry, page isn't available. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll sally forth as if it is, because on the off chance that they are still around, I don't want them to show up and be like, no, I was skipped. Because I also just don't have enough aquatic VTubers to come back here very soon. And there's things I'm going to talk about here, and for as much as, even if they aren't around anymore, the critiques we give to any one person can still be things that help others as well, which is sort of the point of doing critiques publicly. So, we'll operate under those circumstances. So, first, silhouette test, because this is one where the silhouette is rather interesting. It's not going to do a great job of selecting the hoop skirt. Unfortunately, I think it's actually expanding past some of those edges. But there we go, okay. Invert, plus... Oh, but it's black, so we can put a tell anyway. Nope, that's not the color. Try again. There we go. Silhouette! I would say that's a pretty distinct silhouette. I can tell you're an anglerfish, and I can get a pretty clear read of your fashion style. I do think you're really symmetrical, surprisingly, considering the tears in the clothing, which we could push more asymmetry in here. But not bad by any means. The hoop skirt's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. We could add more contrast around the head especially, because you are getting a little bit bullet shaped here. You got a couple elements pushing out past that edge, but this is pretty rounded. We might want a little more in those areas, but not too bad. Oh, hang on. Clear? There we go. Silhouette. A little more asymmetry, a little more variety around your hair, but that's kind of picky stuff. I would say you're definitely somebody we could identify just by silhouette. So you've got these ears. They're so nice and sharp over your pigtails. I wonder if we could just push the ears to be even larger. Or if you want to have this ribbon, maybe don't put it just directly behind these. Oh, why is my brush is lagging? Hello? If I pull this and then push these out further, I guess this is technically me sizing up an accessory. I did a lot of that earlier, but this may help the silhouette to feel less bumpy the way that it was in that area. Funny and practical thought, the critiqued by EG VTuber Discord server. That could just be a, what do you call it? A label in our Discord server. Or, not label, what are they called? I guess, are they labels? What do you call the little things that we put on people? Tags, I guess? If you guys want that, I could put that in our Discord server. Because it would potentially be a lot of people. We've done a couple hundred. Roll? Yeah, rolls, thank you. I couldn't think of the word for it. But yes, there could potentially be a roll for that. There we go. So this will help the silhouette to feel less bumpy, because now we're clarifying the outer edge of this. And if you want to have the ribbons cascading, you might just need to have it like peeking out like down here instead of centered in it. Hello, can I have pink, please? Please, I'm begging you, let me have the color that I want. And then for this, who says we can't just exaggerate this out even further? Because where it is right now was adding to that bumpy feeling. And if you want to have these ribbons sort of spiraling through the hair, where does the end of them go? Is it pinned up in here? Or is it something where like down here we'd be able to see it as another like torn up ribbon behind your body? Potentially. And then, you know, if they're both torn, they don't have to be the same exact symmetrical tears, right? A thing I've also learned, because I now know how live 2D rigging works, is that if we just change parts of the interior of certain elements, depending on how complicated your rig is, you don't actually have to change the rig, as long as the external shape is mostly symmetrical. If you're not trying to go for a crazy huge level of or range of motion, then you don't have to make things quite as symmetrical, maybe. But here we go. During the certain rare events, you can pay to get that roll? Pay to get what roll? Oh, the VIP roll. Yes, that is what that roll is. It'd be a lot of work. Hang on, what are you guys saying? Hang on. Yes, be especially unique. There are a lot of very big Discord servers. Oh, I mean, potentially. But it wouldn't be, it'd still be smaller than our server. Our server's got a number of people in it. Glimpse behind the curtain. What are we glimpsing behind the curtain of? Hang on, what? Dono critiques? Huh? What are we talking about? Oh, you can pay to get the role where you've been critiqued. Okay, sorry. I was like completely not following. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, more exaggeration. I can probably just go like this. Bam. Grab this. Copy, paste, edit, transform, flip horizontal. Slide that right over here. Oh, were they different shapes? They are different shapes. They're a little bit asymmetrical. But we get the general idea. Right? Fortunate enough to have been critiqued twice. Who has been critiqued the most? Who holds the title as person who's been critiqued the most? Because if I had to guess, I would say it's probably either Corey or Anime? Hoshi? Hoshi's been critiqued twice, I think. I don't think Hoshi's been critiqued more than twice. I think Corey's been critiqued 3 or 4 times. Anna's been critiqued 3 or 4 times. I'm trying to think who else have we looked at. Rex has been critiqued twice, I think. I don't know. Critiqued twice or thrice. I think Anime's gotten 3 critiques, but not all for the same design, technically. Although, wait, Zany has also received a couple of critiques too, because Zany submitted characters that weren't like their VTuber design characters as well. Also, but okay, hang on. I gotta focus. We won't even get to our the 5th one. Self-commenting has been critiqued quite a few times. Huh? What do you mean? What? Check where I'm on the list. Sadly, there is no way to check where you are on the list without potentially doxing people, because some people do accidentally submit their designs with a personal email. So for safety, there is not a way of checking, unfortunately. Every once in a while, I do offer to check for people, but there's not really a way to do it yourself, unfortunately. But anyways, okay. Subtle asymmetry, still. Your skirt is still perfectly symmetrical in the way that it's torn. Even if you just change these tears a little bit, like if we just go and then move this over here, and then maybe this one's like inner, more on the leg, and goes up behind the body a little bit, that can go a long ways to making something feel just a little bit more natural. Because I don't think we need to add a ton of asymmetry to you, but we just need to add a little bit that feels natural. The other thing that I would say for this design, which is less a design thing and more a drawing thing, is to pay attention to arcs, where this is going really flat across the leg in a way that's just sort of flattening out, and it feels just a little bit strange for it. Your leg is coming forward in space at us, and we are above your leg. So these would probably be arcing a lot more down and away from us. So then these would be like taller around the edges, lower here, and then this would be much lower in the center. But that's more so just like a drawing thing to pay attention to. Let me see. Also, so colors. I'm not really having any trouble discerning the edges of things other than where the hair is behind the body right now. And that's because we're transitioning the hair to this lighter pink color, which is making it more similar to the sleeves, I think. I also did something that didn't make it any easier by adding the pink behind the body here, which maybe we say that we nix that. I don't always have the best idea, which is why we try things. Whoops. Never know if something works or not unless you try it. So, that hair behind the body could be either made brighter or darker so we could see it a little bit better from a distance. My background color is probably also just obscuring it a little bit. These details on the arm could probably be a little bit larger, and if you made them stick out a little bit more, then they could add to your silhouette too, which they currently aren't really doing for you. I'm interested by what the little branches represent though, because you're not physically a doll. You don't have doll joints at all. Is this supposed to be some of the vegetation or driftwood that's under the sea where you live? Because I do wonder, seeing that, if we could get a little bit of that shaping happening like in your skirt, where it feels like maybe your hoop skirt is constructed out of something of that material, so that way we get repetition of it. And then it makes your hoop skirt feel a little bit more uncanny to fit in with having these little elements wrapping around your leg. Make sure if you're going to have them wrap around your leg that they are breaking the outer edge of your legs as well, so we can see them tucking behind something. It's funny because when I saw those, I did think of, what is it, Dark Bramble in Outer Wilds, where it does have all that like really thorny, branchy stuff in association with anglerfish, which is interesting. Yeah, definitely a lore thing happening here that we have not been given particular, or just been given privy to. But if you want to include those, you may want to do something that gives them a little bit of repetition throughout the design, like adding it to the hoop skirt as well. Just a thought, you don't have to maybe. Or even if you had it in the angler thing as well. That just makes it feel a little bit creepier too. Adds a little more weight. Mayhaps. Abyssal influence. Probably some abyssal influence. I will say, I don't know if I said anything about this yet. I love how giant this bow is and that it's obstructing the chin. I feel like I haven't seen something like that before in a VTuber design, and it really is doing something interesting for scale here, where it is... Oh, Outer Wilds? Did I say Outer Worlds? I meant Outer Wilds for the Dark Bramble area, yeah. Sorry, I may have said the wrong words. But it's doing something interesting for scale here, where I think that's part of what's making her feel like a doll to us. Because when we make a bow that huge, it tends to make items around it feel even smaller in comparison. And, you know, we've got big bows on either side, too, which are helping with that as well. Oh, you did say it, maybe? I just didn't hear. Oh, I may have said it, and I did say something. I may have said the wrong words, but I don't remember. Interesting. Female anglerfish are much larger than male anglerfish. That's true! Male anglerfish... Don't they, like, implant themselves on the side of the female anglerfish's body? I feel like that could be something very funny to reference in a VTuber design if you had just, like, a little side bag of the male anglerfish, like, attached to you. I feel like that'd be pretty funny as, like, a little thing to do. I don't know if that especially fits with this design, but if we're looking for a little asymmetry moment... Yeah, male anglerfish handbag, anyone? Anglerfish coin purse? Yeah. I can't see your hands right now, but there could be some interesting way of doing that. I'm just gonna write a note. Male angler, that's not an E. What is that? Man, there's some brushes that I just can't write with, and I can't write with this one. There, see how much better that looks? What the heck? There we go. Note. Just note. Just for your future thought. That might be really cute and interesting to add. Maybe. Consider. I like the ink cap look. Thanks! I appreciate it. I made it myself. I grew this body all on my own. Just for me. Let me see. Okay. What else do I have here? Good repetition on the bows. I see that there's more of the... wooded aspect happening on the waist. Whoops, hang on, that's not the color I selected, A, and B, that's not the brush I wanted. Try again. This could be another area where you can add some of that subtle asymmetry. I do also think we need to darken the corners of it like you have elsewhere. But like you could still have pieces of it where it's like, here, this one's gonna come down like this, it's breaking off. And then this one has like a piece that's going like this up around, and then this one's gonna cut more into the center of the body. Because that's sort of how organic elements work anyway. You don't tend to find perfect symmetry like that in nature, especially when it comes to branches. You can find it in certain things, but maybe not those. But that feels a little more natural, a little creepier as well. Big teeth accessories, since anglerfish have giant pointy teeth. That's true. I wonder if there could be some way we could reference something similar to teeth without having to give her teeth. But can you think about how interesting it might be for this kind of design in general? She looks so innocent with her round eyes that look kind of a little bit sleepy. She's got some of these big, nice round shapes in the design as well. They make her look like somebody we should trust. But if she has inside of her mouth some really scary, thin, like razory teeth, you know, where they draw teeth like this, where they're so long and straight and like barely have any taper to them, needle-like even, inside her mouth. Scary. Maybe teeth hair accessories? Could do something like that too. Maybe. Potentially. Could be something interesting. Adding those sharp angles will tell you that there's more than like what meets the eye, maybe in the design. I'm just putting them like here, maybe. These are triangles, I promise. Believe me. Please trust me that these are triangles. Could also put fish bones somewhere else too. Ooh, let's hope I make the face focal. I don't know why I pulled that color or where I pulled it from, but it's not a bad choice. Good work, EG, who was just sort of going on instinct. I might push it. Woo! Might make it that color so it's not as bold though. lower the cute Lolita angle they're going for. It would, but they're already somewhere between straddling that line of cute and creepy. And I feel like it'd just be fun. Because, you know, if they don't open their mouth super wide, the teeth might not look that uncanny. But it could make a really good toggle. It could make a really scary toggle. Tears of the dress or the hoop skirt could be made to look like teeth, I think. That could also happen too, maybe, if they were made to be much sharper. But I do think that some of those things, you guys are right, might push them too far away from cute, where the elements that make them creepy need to be something that is subtler. Something where, you know, at first glance it's like, oh, cute! But the longer you look, the more sinister it becomes, perhaps? Where if we add too many sharp angles, the rounded shapes of the hoops, the rounded shape of the bottom side of the skirt, rounded shapes in the hair, will become secondary. They won't become as intense. Yes, subtlety can be good. Hurry Polo is a good idea. Where? Are you talking about the tears? That is a good idea, the ruffles. The ruffles could be sharper. Since they're low contrast anyway, if they were sharper, they may work a little bit better. Ooh, hello? Where's my brush color? Everything's fighting me. Hi? Hello? Draw? There we go. These could be sharper. I don't know why this brush is going on right now. Hello? Can I have a different brush? There we go. I don't know why I'm drawing this so tiny too, but it'd be smarter if I just went over everything in white first. Just testing. If they were sharper instead. That could add just a little bit of edge because they're low contrast. Maybe have the eyes glowing. They could have a filter that, or the antennas. Yeah, if they had a filter, not a filter, but a toggle for elements that are luminous in the dark. They could have one that makes the eyes glow, their little angler, dangly glow. But I guess that's something that, you know, depending on your background, could still benefit from glowing all the time. Maybe. Let me grab airbrush. There we go, small. Potentially, just for a little bit of light, maybe. Look cute with lace gloves. Lace gloves would probably go very well with this design as well. Especially if they matched her socks a little bit too. Let me see, where was I? Did we grade anything? Just silhouette. Color palette. I don't really take any particular issues with it. I do think that we do need a little bit of contrast in the back of the hair area, but I think that's mostly coming from the fact that this isn't shaded yet. The color choices themselves are fine though. Good analogous palette. Muted, which adds to the tonal read we're getting from it. It's adding to the personality. For complexity versus clarity, the level of detail I think is fantastic. Very easy to end up feeling a little bit over-detailed when you are going for like a Lolita or similar style. And often we're willing to accept if they're a little bit more detailed just because, you know, we're used to that. We're used to seeing them like that out in the world. But it can be kind of difficult for a VTuber or a character design to succeed like that just because it's gonna discourage fan art maybe. For a 3D model, ooh, people don't really like 3D modeling lace that much. I personally love it. I think it's fun, but I'm in the minority on that one. Or also in Live 2D, I believe it does significantly increase the amount of layers you have, but I would say this level of detail is totally fine. You've pared it down just enough that it feels specific without feeling under-designed. You've struck a good balance. We could plushify you probably pretty effectively. Here, the bow would stay nice and big, the hoop skirt would stay, and I think those are some of the defining traits, so that works out well for me. For concept, I think we're getting a pretty good read immediately. I knew you were an anglerfish. Fashion style is coming across pretty clearly. That creepy versus cute element is also reading. I do think there's creative things you could do with the design, but a lot of it was just like little nitpicky stuff with making the branches more organic or just incorporating them more throughout. That's a little bit picky, so I'm not going to take too much off for that. And then for focal point, me undo my edits. What is the focal point, fellas, for you? Where do you look first? If you can't tell, if you're having a hard time, close your eyeballs for a second and then snap them open and see where your eyes sort of flick to first. You can't help it. Subconsciously, you'll end up somewhere. I have a purse full of male anglerfish. Oh my god, many of them. Infinite male anglerfish inside my purse. Scary dark abyss of a void full of anglerfish. My bag of holding. Face bow, face/chest area, the bow, the face. I would say I agree with people saying the face. If I close my eyes and let them snap open, I do come right here. The face is pretty well framed between some darker elements in the upper body and the dark hair. The bow is nice and big, and it's a really flat area of this brighter color that it does happen in more than one place, but this is the biggest area it's occurring in. It's also just better detailed here, which may come down to rendering also, but we're creating an interesting triangle with those two, which is pointing us to look at the top one, coming to the apex of it. The face is a nice flat plane of a warmer color, or slightly more yellow undertoned color than we see throughout. And for as much as the skin is visible in other places, it's just surrounded by darker elements here, where here it's not really touching the super dark elements as directly, so it's not as distracting. I do still think that this design may potentially benefit from a bottom up gradient just to make sure that the thighs and legs don't become too distracting, but I am still looking to the head pretty easily without too much trouble. So maybe just a little bit of that, and then we'll be good if I select this. Oh, ho, 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 I'm so smart. Multiply. Give me like a nice one of these. There we go. There. Whoops, I think I missed the toes. There. Now this is really shifting our focus up. Now there's no question that it's the face. Doesn't take a lot. Just a little bit. Maybe I put it here. You're doing all the right things, but we can do something even more to make it even stronger. Yeah, now it pops even more. I love my sweeping gradient. Do I even get to give my... Do I even have that on my bingo? Oh, I do. I do. I'm not getting bingo today. It's not happening. Oh, man. Yeah, I really am not going to. Dang it. That's so sad. Anyways, I think we have a grade here now. So I will say I did also want to give this one this bonus point because I thought it was also very endearing. This was going to be on the thumbnail, but it was just too small of an image. To have it at the scale it needed to be on the thumbnail, it was just so crunchy. I was like, no! Shroommates, make sure when you submit for critiques that your design is high enough quality so that it could be. Because this canvas is less than 1,000 by 1,000 in height and width. I don't think she's currently any taller than like 700 pixels, unfortunately. A good canvas size, I have all the details for this in the Discord server in the critique area, but a good size to submit. Do not submit something smaller than probably about 2,000 on one side, because then often if I want to use you in the thumbnail, I won't be able to, sadly. But also, at the same time, don't send me something bigger than like 6K on a side. Just because then my computer chugs. I can always size things down, so that's not as bad, but I can't size things up. I can't add detail back where we've lost it, so do keep that in mind. Let me do some math here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5, 9.5. Once again, Aquatic Vtubers, you're really like raising the bar here for the new rubric. Wild. We have not gone too far out of the 7s with the new rubric, but today we really are. Also, last week we did a good bit with dislike designs as well, so it's making me hopeful that this rubric isn't too harsh. I think this might be just right. Not this being another awesome VTuber design with great marketability, but gone again. Weep for the Departed. I see. That's what makes me so sad. I hope that they're still out there. I hope that it's just that people private their accounts or, you know, need to take a hiatus or do things themselves or something like that. But come back to us. We like your design. Please come back. Round of applause, those Shroommates. I see you guys clapping. We can always clap a little more. I have to join. Oh, wait. Literally this whole stream, I've been clapping in the chat. I have hands. You can hear me. I always forget that I can just physically clap. Do you think it's okay to change your model after a year of using one? Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Mine, I used one model for about a year. And then I changed to my 2.0. Granted, I didn't totally redesign. I just sort of updated myself, gave myself a new outfit, redrew my hair a little bit, new model, but I think that's totally fine. Go for it. Especially if it's not sparking joy the way that it is. Yeah, you can do whatever you want forever, in the wise words of Amber. Observe Andrea, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. You only get one of those a month. And I'm honored that you'd use it for me. Thank you. A little bit of rotation. You know what I realized? I don't think my phone would track me, but I had a half thought where I was like, what if I just spun my whole body around I definitely just lose tracking, but I feel like that'd be a funny physical way where I could attempt my rotation. Hello, hi Vox time. How many already? This is the 4th. We're gonna move on to the 5th. We're only aiming for 5 today. Save this one, close this one. Next. This person I know is still active on Twitch. I looked, I checked, I found. We should be able to find them pretty easily. This is Teeny Beeb, they, he, at Teeny Beeb Art. Based on a pelagic thresher shark. Their outfit is a wetsuit they've cut up to be more stylish. Hell yeah. And their gloves are compression gloves. The gem holding their cape together is lore important. It allows them to transform between human-ish and shark form. I feel like the design is really plain below the waist, but I want to keep them barefoot. What would you recommend to add more weight to the design on the bottom half? Also, is the nose ring distracting? I can't decide whether or not to keep it. Thank you in advance for doing this. Of course, of course. That was an elephant's trunk. What? You thought what was an elephant's trunk? Where? Me? Who? Oh. Their Twitter and Blue Sky is Teeny B because Teeny B Art got struck by Twitter moderation. Oh no! Thank you for the check, Rex. But yeah, I think their Twitch is still under this as well. No shoes, let's go. Oh yeah, I guess if you needed
I'm
that
counting this for fishnets bingo.
This counts for fishnets. This is a literal fishnet. I think that would count. No, the appendage in the design? Appendage? What appendage? Oh, you mean the shark tail, shark tail. I see what you mean. I see. You said appendage and I was like, huh? Tail looks like a trunk. Okay. So that seems to be a sentiment multiple people are having. Good. Do run all my words together. Good work. Let me look at a pelagic? That sounds more correct. Pelagic thresher shark. Oh! So I can see what those look like. Hi, Zany! Oh my god, they're so cute. What the heck? Hang on, wait. Wait, I have thoughts about if you're gonna be this kind of shark and you're gonna personify it. Where are the big old eyes? What the heck? Look at him. He's so cute. What the heck? This is like if they made a shark cuddly. They made him with all rounded edges. No sharp edges on this guy. Look at his little fins. They're so round. He's so cute. Yeah, the big old kawaii eyes, big rounded top of the head, sharp, or not sharp, but short nose. Never saying moe. Moe. I'm not finishing that. This guy is so cute and little. My friend, I feel like we could be personifying this more. You're so scary and intimidating compared to it. I think you could use a little bit of facial editing. Not you guys finishing the sentence for me. That's fine. I didn't say it. You said it. Nose ring could work if it was more sea themed, like Trident. Blahage has a new contender. Yeah, so here's my thought. I don't think you look like this shark. I think you look like a shark, but not this particular shark, unfortunately. Because you have made yourself so sharp. If you want to be sharp, look at this mouth. Clearly we're aiming for some kind of angle where you're a little bit scary or intimidating. I don't think you picked the right shark if that is what you want to be. Because my critique, if you want to be the pelagic thresher shark, is that your eyes should be bigger and should be a flatter black. Make them more like the kind of eye we see on a stuffed animal where they're flat black and real glossy, so they're real cute. Make them nice and big and round and endearing. You're all sharp angles, but this fella has not many of those. The tail can be sharp. This guy's got a sharp tail. But not sharp everywhere. The fins are round, the gills are round. Sharks having a 3 mouth I think is very cute. I think that does make sense for them as well. If you've seen them from underneath, some of them do sort of have that. Freckles read like a whale shark. Yeah, a little bit. 3, yeah, the 3 mouth does make them look friendly as well. But I would say that you should either pick a different shark, or if you want to be this shark, we gotta change your shapes around a good bit. Shork. That is what they look like. They do just have the, like, round mouth. Permanent look of concern. The world is so scary if you're just a little shark. Also, we have a hype train happening? Question mark? The hype train, I think, is late in the station. I think it occurred because of the Prime subscription 5 minutes ago. I love when it just, like, waits. Anyways, okay, hang on. So, push it one of those directions. Right now, I'm going to run under the assumption that you want to have a lot of sharp shapes, which under that angle, I would say to pick a different shark. Also, looking at this shark too, I'm not really seeing this little piece on the bottom of the tail. I'm scrolling through the pages and I'm not finding it like that. And I think that's what makes it look like an elephant trunk. So we might just remove that so it's a little clearer. The angle you're drawn on also is obscuring so much of your tail in a way that is not helping us to determine that you are this shark either. Oh, Zany, thank you for gifting a sub to Beeble Beebs. Very kind of you. Can we rotate for Zany a little bit, please? Oh my gosh, 32? I thought it was 20 something earlier. What? Huh? Yes. Hi. You look like a blue shark. Yeah, and I do definitely see with, especially the way they've done the freckles on the face, yeah, we are getting reference to a couple of sharks in here, potentially. These sharks do have the white belly, which makes sense for the center of the body and the legs. Here's a thought. Look at the Zora. From Legend of Zelda. Technically, you can't just be a Zora. Technically, that's copyright infringement. But no one's saying you can't have your fin coming out of your hair or having fins coming off the side of your head or something similar. The long torsos on the Zora also help them to feel sort of more shark-like too. Originally they weren't very shark-like. Is Breath of the Wild what made them really shark-like? They were shark-like before that, right? Like, I see, yeah, Zoras do look shark-like, and I feel like we could use a little bit of what makes them shark-like to make this fellow more shark-like. I do think that regardless of what direction we're going, the eyes probably need to be bigger and rounder. It's gonna look really scary for a second. But sort of consistently across shark-inspired characters, I'm seeing bigger eyes, much darker eyes. I know that some sharks do have light-colored irises, but for you, there's not really a good reason to give you light-colored irises, especially if the species of shark you're mimicking has dark irises. Hang on, did I just tongue-tie myself? There's no reason to have light-colored irises, because they're not really adding that much contrast. They're not making your face more focal, which is often why you'd want to do that. But darker eyes will add that. So we can still have, you know, your lighter ring around the outside of the eye. This might look really creepy because I'm not drawing this, like, especially well. Actually, that looks kind of goofy right now. Hang on, let's see. Can I make this somewhere between cute and intimidating? Might be too cute right now. They're a little derpy, the way I've drawn them. Supposed to look a little goofy? Yeah, it's supposed to look a little bit goofy if we want to be this kind of shark. I've not drawn them especially well. Definitely, if you're going to do this, just draw them better. Rex is saying not this. Draw them better. Don't draw them the way I'm drawing them. I'm just trying to do something quick so we can visualize it. But I don't think the bright eyes are working as well. Or maybe potentially if we want to do the really bright eyes, the pupil might just need to be a bit bigger. I've made you cross-eyed. Oh, I can't get a win here on the eyeballs. Let's go. Hang on. There we go. See, that's a little friendlier already. Concerned face would be a nice toggle. Fair. Blue dots for pupils. Love that. Black sclera. Honestly, the black sclera is not a bad idea also. For contrast reasons. It does seem like, if we look at this shark, there is a lighter ring around the outside. But maybe that lighter ring is actually the eyelashes. Like this. So then we're creating more contrast again to the eyes. Still think I need to be bigger, potentially. What can you do? There's T-Witch. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. mascot for him, like your little shroom, could be the fish that suck on the belly of the shark IRL. Remora! We drew a Remora on a shark VTuber recently as like a little like thing dangling from their waist. They really are the bane of scuba divers too, which would be kind of funny in association here if it was like stuck to his leg. Cuter already? Yeah, little cuter. Still think the eyes could be bigger, but we're not gonna worry about that right this second. For the nose ring, I can tell that we're doing the sort of nose into eyebrow shape that the Zora do seem to have a little bit of, although the Zora have much wider faces. The nose ring, I don't know if is particularly distracting. I think that's one of those accessories that makes you more distinct, but I do wonder if it might just be too much the way it is. You could just make it one of the ones where it's not a full, like, bull nose ring? Try removing the nose entirely. Crunk rock shark. You could remove the nose entirely. Let's see what that looks like. That's gonna look like Voldemort, I'm gonna guess. That's gonna be kind of uncanny, I think. Here's my thoughts. I feel like for being that particular shark that you have given me as a reference, I would also go like this. Hang on, move the mouth up a little bit because that ends up giving a little bit of a cuter look. I think we've seen in sharks that they also often seem to have like a little bit of like a longer or like wider mouth too. Let me erase this where it's overlapping with things that it shouldn't be. Where this feels friendlier as well. Move this up here. This feels a little more in keeping with the kind of shark that it is. Feels like trying to be a bull shark pun. Oh, I see that also. Yeah, bull shark pun. I don't know that many types of sharks, but I wonder if they are just trying to have a variety of shark references, because the freckles are very much reading as an element of a whale shark in a way that I don't think is helping us to determine what kind of shark you are either, unfortunately. So I could say we could go without that as well. It's very whale. It's confusing. We're definitely it's gonna put you in the realm of sharks, but I don't think it's gonna help us ascertain what shark you are particularly well, unfortunately. So I think one of my other critiques I would give here is narrow down what kind of shark you are, pick it specifically, and then make a list of what its defining features are, because the defining features of this shark are, if I do it in red it'll be scary, big silly eye, big dramatic mouth, really nice round arcs, short nose, rounded fins. It does have a really long tail, which you have gotten, that does terminate in sharp points, but the top fin is really long, bottom fin is really short on the tail, but then all the side fins are really round, the gills are sort of straight lines. Just take notes of what all those aspects are, and make sure you've included all of those, but don't start adding species confusion. Had a necklace made of old teeth that gets bigger with time as more teeth get shed. That's a fun idea. The net, I feel like, would also be beneficial if we just put it off to one side, too, where if we had it so that it's not sitting perfectly centered on the chest, that gives us some good natural asymmetry, which would be nice. Let me pull this over here. What? There we go. Which might make it feel just a little bit more natural. The pieces of shell that are sort of lodged in it, they're on the outside or the inside is a question I would ask here, which is sort of important to me because a lot of those things will probably just fall through the net because of the size of the net with the little, shell being so small. They may need to be bigger for us to trust that they're stuck inside. But if these are live creatures that are hanging out on your body, I may be more likely to believe that, perhaps. This is the current PNG of the design. I think the net being this bright does make it really distracting as well. You could make it white, but not as opaque, perhaps, to be less distracting. And for the net itself, there's so much we could do with it to create interesting shape. Whoops, hang on, give me the black again. Where it's so flush to your body right now. Where we could be wearing it much more like a cape, where it's like, you know, almost billowing out as if you are under the water right now. And now we're adding something more to your silhouette that's interesting. And making it asymmetrical. Tail shape looks outside, looks like the outside. It does look like they're on the outside of it. But this is adding something good to the silhouette to have here where it wasn't before. Whoops, I need to use more layers because I'm doing a lot of things on the same layer and that's not helpful. Then also for the scuba gear, you said you wanted to do something that would make it more interesting and add something to the leg area. You could have barnacles, lichen, not lichen, that's above water, like seaweed or things like that that are tangled around the leg or growing off of the legs. What is the stuff? Not barnacles, but do you know how whales get that like sheen of white, is it algae that grows over their skin? That could be something you could have growing on your legs to add some kind of interest to them. For your clothing, I know that scuba suits aren't always that particularly interesting, but I would suggest looking at the way that they're patterned, maybe? Let me look up some scuba suits. Because I do enjoy the idea of cutting it into a crop top to be fashionable. That is fun. But I do think it needs more detail. It feels non-specific right now. Where if I'm looking at scuba suits, a lot of them seem to have bright lines along the seams, and I wonder why that is. But you could do something similar. A lot of them also have a higher neckline, and I feel like that'd be something good as well for just like interest in the blocking of the outfit. Make this read a little bit more like layers too. Me like, that's up here. A lot of them also have a zipper somewhere, whether it be the front or the back. Not all of them, but it seems like a lot of them do. And that could be something as well. But I feel like there's just not enough detail in the clothing currently. Oh, you do have gills. The gills should probably stick out a little bit so that way we can see them. They're flush to the side of your neck right now, where if we just add a subtle thing like this, we'll be able to see them a little bit better from a distance. And now they're adding just a little bit to your silhouette too. I can see them more clearly. See that? If I like toggle that on and off, right? Maybe to see them if they get stranded in sea. I take it back about the tail being covered in their PNG model. It's side view and the tail isn't covered. Oh, okay. If the model isn't covered, then that would, or the tail isn't covered, that would be beneficial potentially. Imagine just to break up the silhouette for the sharks below so they don't make a mistake a swimmer or diver for a meal. Oh, you mean like the trim? That would be interesting. I wonder if that is what it is. They aren't just a shadow. But a lot of them seem to have that, where it's like, okay, here's like the seam line. It's sort of hard to draw stuff under that. But there's a seam line here, and then a lot of them seem to have like a seam line that cuts down like around the body like that, and then like this. Sort of showing what the panels are that are put together to make this. And then it has like another line that comes off of here, and then it comes down like this. And then some of them seem to have like a 3/4 zip where it only comes to like here, or it zips all the way down. So you could have something that is like, oh, here's like the zipper area on this. On the pants, they do often seem to also have those kinds of lines where we can see them on the like stomach area going like this, or going down the outside of the leg, or going down the inside of the leg or something. But those little things help to make the clothing feel more specific. It feels just a little bit generic right now. Gills can also be on their waist. Technically they could. As far as sharks work, their gills are before their front fins. But I mean, I guess we don't have to be subservient to reality here either. You could put them on the waist. There's more space there. Let me draw that little zigzag down here. So they can stick off just a little bit, maybe. Those are gills. Trust me. Can use Shark Boy for a reference. Doesn't Shark Boy have like webbed fingers? to see them if they get stranded in the sea. Look up custom scuba suits. I bet people get cool custom suits. Ooh, that might be a good search term too. Custom scuba suit. Oh yeah, they seem to have a lot more pattern work on them when they're custom. Oh, interesting. Yeah, more pattern work, more interesting color blocking that's much more akin to a bathing suit. And yeah, once again, those really like highlighted trim lines for all the seams seem to be sort of common. Maybe a plastic bag or a bottle in the net. You could do that too if we want to lean into the garbage angle of the sea. I don't know if this fellow is aiming more so for the beauty and luxury of the sea, thinking of it as a place to call home that is bright and colorful and lovely, and you know, we're going for the positive connotations of what you would fish up in a net as opposed to the negative connotations of finding bottles and trash and garbage and other things like that. But, you know, for the legs, just of the thoughts that I had, we were saying algae, you could have barnacles attached to the leg, which I know barnacles technically imply that you aren't moving somewhere fast. Which my thought about that is, if you're a VTuber, you're a gamer, and you're sitting at your desk for a long time, and there's the bit, there's the joke. Don't worry, I got it written for you. Take it, use it. Growing barnacles on your legs because you sit still for too long to play your video game. Positive, think positive. Do also think positive, that's also a good thing to do, but like asymmetrical barnacles, seaweed on the legs, little things like that could be good for adding a little bit of asymmetry. So that's why they're blue in the face. Poor circulation. Oh no. Maybe. Don't know. Smaller shark fins on the waist because the shark do have 4 fins. That's true. We could also put the other fins on the legs too, where, you know, we could say that, okay, here's the, like, that shape. I'm making them really round because that's how they are on that shark, but if you want to be sharper, you could make them sharper, but you could have your fins on your legs to add interest to the lower body. We're adding something to your silhouette as well. I'm trying to get around my barnacles I drew. That might be good. Maybe joke. Reference to how sharks need to move to breathe. Oh god, that too. Man, how are you gonna sit still and play a game? Joke that you're like walking on a treadmill the whole time. Is this the 4th design? This is the 5th design. 5th design. We're only doing 5 today. So don't worry. We stayed on pace with what I thought I would, maybe. Okay, hang on. What else do I have here for this? The hair shape is interesting. I do think it's working better once it's made a little bit clearer. Spikes. Good for asymmetry. The ears are so sharp right now, and they're really narrow in a way that feels a little bit strange, but not too bad. I wonder if we need this blue to come back somewhere too, because right now it's only in one place and it feels a little bit odd. I'm just gonna keep doing like detailing to add specificity to the clothing. Oh wait, you wouldn't have a trim line there if you cut it off. If you cut these into clothing, how good is your person at making clothing out of this? Are you gonna have little things where we can see that you kind of farmed it a little bit? We can see you didn't quite nail it everywhere. That might be good. Also, just add just a tiny bit of that natural asymmetry as well in those areas too. The earring could probably be even bigger and chunkier if you want it to be, just so that it adds more to the silhouette, but I think that is the bulk of the thoughts I have here. As far as that goes. So, silhouette. Silhouette was very symmetrical other than your hair, so we can push that by making the net more asymmetrical, add your tail more to your silhouette. But not too bad, especially if we add like little asymmetrical bits on the legs. If the lines and the pattern work throughout is more asymmetrical, that might work well too. Maybe bite marks in the clothes. Oh my gosh, thinking about if they like tore it apart with their teeth is kind of funny. Have you guys seen when like cookie cutter sharks bite things? And they get these like little like perfect little like rounded bite marks in something? That is a funny angle. We bit your clothing apart. I don't recommend using your teeth for that. Or they've been attacked by their fishies. True. Also true. These are good notes. Hang on, let me put a grade down for silhouette. Silhouette, not bad. Could use a little more asymmetry, but I think you're well in the right direction. The hair is doing a lot of the lifting there. And I do think you would be recognizable from your hair shape and your ear, as well as your body type, but we can make the net more exaggerated. There's a couple of things we can do. More asymmetry also. For color palette, I do think that there's something going on with some of the saturation that's happening in the chest area. This star is incredibly distracting to me right now, where I think it is just the focal point right now for me, because the rest of the design is much cooler in undertone. Even these pinks that you've used for these starfishes, the starfish, I guess fishes isn't a good plural for that, for the starfish, are cooler. So this is really focal because it's so warm, and red just is like that anyway, unfortunately. It's also 100% saturation, when most of the other elements here, other than maybe the tips of the hair, don't have that high saturation. For your amulet or your pin that is so important to the lore to be that bright, maybe that's okay. But for this, I would say not. It's not that important. So I would say not full saturation, make it like purple or something. So then we're sort of leaning more into an analogous palette. Maybe a little brighter than that, maybe. But don't make it quite so exaggerated. And similarly, the pinks don't need to be so bright either. Where there are details that are there to fill out some space, to make you feel a little bit more specific, to provide some context to the net also. But I don't think they need to be this bright either. They're still pretty saturated, and they're almost white as far as how bright they are. They're almost 100% luminosity. So we can push those back a little bit as well. Let me see. Oh, I was going to suggest your very important brooch is very generic, unfortunately. It's just a circle with another gold circle around it. I could find this in like costume jewelry. When I go to Spirit Halloween tomorrow, I'm going to find it probably. And we don't want that. What if you were to find a more specific shape to make this? What is the shape of the... what is it called? The egg? No, not egg. The thing that they're birthed out of. The pods? What do you call those for a shark? The egg casing? Is that correct? I think it might be. Maybe. Change their brooches to pride pins. That can be good, but I would still say that pride pins, depending on how they've been colored, could be really distracting as well with just how many colors they have in a small area. Mermaid purses. That's a word for it. Wasn't the one I was looking for, but that's a word for it. Let me just look up thresher shark egg. Yeah, these little things. I guess they are called mermaid purses. But these things, they're square and they've got these funny little curly ends to them, and this is what they're born out of. These things, use that shape. Oh, that shape. I'm very eloquent today, and I don't know why. And by that I mean my English language usage is terrible. But this is a much more specific shape. It is relating back to the fact that you are changing and transforming into a shark. You could have, still if you wanted gold accents, you could have something gold going on with it. Maybe it's gilded. Maybe it has gold around some of its edges. Maybe it has a gold design in the center referring to the fact that, oh, there's a little like shark in here or something. But now it's more specific. Now we've designed you an emblem that relates to you to use, as opposed to being a more generic feeling, just little circular pin for that part of your chest. Pride pins can be so hard to balance in design. Sigh. I know. It's because they're so detailed. It's tough. I know. As somebody who also has pride pins that were supposed to be in their design, I did partially end up nixing them because they just distracted too much from my face. You just have to believe me when I tell you who and what I am. And maybe we put them in the tags and other places too. And I know that people do want to wear them. I love having them on my backpack in my real life. But design-wise, they can just be hard to balance. For a Decora design, I feel like you could work them in pretty easily, probably. But otherwise, could be a challenge. Okay, so made that more specific, added a little bit more detail, found something to add to the legs. For the color, keep it more analogous. You don't need something quite so bright red. Those were a little bit distracting. But I would say otherwise the color is pretty decent. It's pretty okay. For complexity versus clarity, I did think that you needed more specificity in your details. You were right that it felt a little bit like it's missing something. Plain below the waist. I would say that the shirt was still a little bit plain even above the waist. But just adding little things like construction lines for clothing can go a long way to making it feel like it's specific. So I'd probably put it right here. For focal point, it was unfortunately that star, which we can solve in the color palette area, but I wasn't really looking at your face. And even having pushed that back, the pin then becomes the primary focal point. And even if I remove the pin, I'm still not even sure that the focal point is your head. The focal point is the bottom end of your hair and your shoulder. And for as much as those things are framing your head is just less interesting than those elements are. So there may still be something we need to do to make your face truly focal. And I'm wondering, you know, you've got your blush right now, but the blush is the same color as the hair, so it's not really standing out. If your blush was much darker and grayer, that it's mimicking these other colors, we don't have a lot of this contrast. Hang on the face. Let me just try something here. I'm giving you the EG style blush a little bit. There we go. And then if I made... Oh wait, hang on. I could make it this color. Although I think that might be what color it already was. And then the edges... Oh, but that's what your skin color already is. We don't have this really bright white color on the face. Maybe that would help also. Instead. Hang on. Blur this out. I'm just trying a number of solutions here right now. Hello? Please, let me blur. I want to transition these colors, please. I'm begging you. Let me transition these colors. There we go. Could still have, like, something really bright on the face, even if it's not accurate to the way that the shark is colored, it still might help. Or like if you just had like one of your lips is lighter than the other one is. We just need something that's increasing the contrast of the face. Hello, I don't have a mouse right now. Hello, please, please work with me. Still, I think the blush needs to be darker though. Ooh. Nope. There. Maybe something like that, perhaps? Discord? New rubric post anywhere? Yes, it is in the Discord. Got distracted with paper mache. Ooh, paper mache. That's fun. Could add darker contrast on the skin. Could also do that, too. This seems to be helping a little bit, though. The color of this could just be pushed back as well, where... Right now it is the same color as the eyes are, but if it was just the color that the bottom of the hair is instead. Me. Do this. If I outline it in black, we'd be able to see it a little better too. But then the eye color becomes more unique. Because this isn't as bright. Let me re-outline this just so it fits in with everything around it. But that's making the eyes a little bit more important too, but unfortunately the way things were, your face wasn't that important. And it could use to be more important. Then for concept, I do think you need to make a decision about what kind of shark you are. You seem to be a couple of sharks right now. Pick a shark, and then really lean into what you can do with that particular kind of shark. Lean into using that egg casing, or the mermaid purse. Lean into the roundness if you want to be that particular thresher shark. Or if you want to be the whale shark, lean into the square shapes that they tend to have and the spotting. Or if you want to be a bull shark, the nose ring definitely is in the right avenue for that. But it feels a little bit undecided right now, unfortunately, where it could benefit from that decision. But I think this is a grade. We have a grade here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10. Bam. Good work. I like that I write the grade and I look up and we're already clapping. I don't even have to ask you. You guys know how it goes. Meow, meow, I want to clap too. Don't worry, I'll clap with my hands, but I do like sending the emotes anyway. I gotta use my own emotes for something. Good work. We can still push it, To the limit, limit. Just a little more. Just a little more. Give me more. Give me a little more. Little more. But you're on the right path. I can see what you're going for. Yippee! So I'm not gonna start a new one. I know we said we could do a 6th one, but I ended up yapping. So we won't. How did I get off topic today? I'm looking at my bingo. Look at my bingo. I was one away. Nobody had band-aids. That would have won bingo for me, but unfortunately, I wasn't that close in any other direction. We didn't have this as a problem, didn't have any royalty, no mythological creatures. All these creatures exist. Clown or jesters did not happen, which I'm surprised. I feel like a jester squid would work out pretty well, right? Yeah, or like a nurse shark. We could have had these. Monster, I mean, these are all fish. They're not technically a monster. No 3D. Silhouettes were not blob-like. There was one that was getting close, but it still had too many things that were too distinct for me to call it that. I think I stayed pretty well on topic after we started. Didn't the shrimp have a band-aid on the nose? Oh, did it? Did the shrimp? Wait, hang on. Did the shrimp? Did? True? Question mark? Yavari, good eye! I didn't even know. Let's go! Oh my god, I can't be winning like this. What the heck? This is 2 weeks in a row. That's crazy. I'm on a winning streak now. I've never won 2 weeks in a row. I'm so excited. Had band-aids as well. Wait, what had band-aids as well? Did something else? I only saw this one that had band-aids. What the heck? Bingo! I won! I won! Oh my gosh, did anyone else win or is it just me? I can't believe this. I was so ready to lose. Man. Good work. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. I worked incredibly hard for this. I would like to thank my jubby, and I would like to thank my shroommates, and I would particularly like to thank Niabar for this victory here. Close. Aren't squids basically krakens? Yeah, but a kraken's a little different. If they specified that they were a kraken, then I'd give that to you, but not in this not in this case. No. No. Hi chat, hi EG. Hello. Working on character design as always while hanging out. Love the designs we're seeing. Enjoy. I'm glad you like seeing the designs. Good luck in your work also. Cook anything past halfway point. Good job. Thanks. I wasn't close in any other direction. That's the only direction I was close in. That's a miracle that I got that. Usually, I almost blackout bingo these, except for like one. Where I'll have like almost bingo in like 7 directions. But not bingo. Sparse wasn't a dark sclera? Me too! I thought there may have been, but there wasn't. And also I stayed on topic today, I think. Crazy. Once we actually started, I more or less stayed on topic. Is a kimono Mimi shark a monster? No, I don't think so. I think that's just a shark. Nearly bingoed 3 times. Rip. You'll get him someday, Amber. Can't always be a big winner like me. Never explained the ladder test. That's true. I didn't even do the ladder test, I think, for 2 of them. I did forget to do it, so people got that one at least, I guess. Wait, I got bingo halfway through, but thought I need to get all of them? No. You only need to get 1 line to be bingo. I think past the halfway point. No. If you got 1 line, that's bingo. You win. Good work. Did you ladder the last fella? I don't think so. Kraken was described as an octopus of tremendous size. I don't think anyone described themselves as being an octopus of tremendous size, though. Can't imagine filling all of them? Me either. We don't need to do full house. If we did like an extended crit, we could potentially get full house, but I don't. Especially with the way we do theming, I think it'd be incredibly difficult just because, like, we're not gonna get clowns or jesters today. I feel like that's not as common in the aquatic area. Or like if we're doing the blue VTubers, I tend to sort the fellas out of blue who are aquatic, so you're not gonna get a blackout bingo on that one. I don't know. Random live crits. Yeah, random live crits might be the only way you could get a bingo, and only if I do a lot of them. Tried on that one extended one and nobody did it anyway. Yeah, on that one where I did 8 designs, I still don't think I got all of them. I don't know. No clownfish? No clownfish, no nurse sharks. Rip. 8 hours of random live crits. That probably would be the only way. But anyways, I won! I won! Congrats to other streamers who won too! Join me in the victory lap! The winner's circle! We can stand on the podium together! Anyways. Did I have anything to leave you with today as parting words? Oh, this isn't really a parting word. This is just like a weird anecdote that I didn't get off topic to say anything about. We talked about my accent on Friday, just briefly, just for a little bit, right? We talked about it for just a moment. However, it came up at a family gathering over the weekend. My family got together on Saturday. We met my sister's new boyfriend. He was nice. He's my age, which is weird to me, but it's not that weird. My sister's not that much younger than me, but it's still strange in some capacity. He was nice. He got along with everybody pretty well. He was a little bit shy because my family is a lot. It was my granddad's 93rd birthday. So we celebrated, we partied. But we were doing one of those things where, like, you know when you meet someone new and they're introduced to your family, they tend to pick up on the things that you have in common with your family. And he was like, hey, you do this thing that your sister also does, which is that you just, like, randomly will say words with a British accent. Why do you guys do that? I was like, I do what? I don't think I do that. What do you mean? He was like, no, like, she will randomly say words with a British accent, or, like, will say things in, like, a funny tone that sounds kind of British, and you do it also, but your parents don't. I was like, I don't know about that, mister. I know that I say things in, like, a funny tone a lot. I do it often, but I don't think I ever sound particularly British. And I know we did talk about the fish cracker situation. He was like, why do you call goldfish fish crackers? And I said, it's because the generic term for it. Why would I say the name brand? I'm no capitalist. Don't hear it? Okay. I was just intrigued. I just thought I'd mention it to see if you guys had any strong feelings about it. Did you enunciate what with the full T? What? What? I don't think I say what like that. I might have every once in a while, but I don't know. That's it. Oh, I did say what with the full T. Oh, did I? Okay. What? You what, mate? Join the fairy tale AMP before leaving? I cannot. I do not have time for Minecraft right now, but I appreciate you wanting me to be there. Bottle of water test? Yeah, I don't say bottle of water. I say bottle of water. I sound American, I promise. But it was funny. I thought I'd say so, just in case any of you were like, yeah, EG, I've been wondering why you do that too. Apparently, that's not a question. Anyways, water. Yeah, that's how I would spell it. So with an unholy amount of British friends, sometimes when funny voice, it's barely adjacent. Yeah, but, like, my sister doesn't do the funny voice that I do either. At all. Interesting. Noted. Thanks for the feedback. I just thought I could poll you all. Because you are a large audience who is neutral and would take the opportunity to also make fun of me if that was what was going on, so. Anyways, thank you all for being here. I'm gonna go get my dinner. Might also only do it around her. Maybe. If she's doing it, I might do it back. You might be right, maybe. A very ADHD thing to do. Could be. Have good food? Thanks! Thank you all for being here with me tonight. YouTube, I will shroom you later. Thank you for being here, and I will see you potentially on Thursday. Bye! Twitch fellows, you're right. I need to close out Gamba.